over 50 million views. You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show. The Joe Cronin Show.
The Joe Cronin Show.
I hope you hang your mother.
50 million.
This country sucks! This place sucks! CNN masturbated all fucking day. Dude, I will eat your fucking asshole out and then spit it into your mouth, baby bird style. Who wants to go? Call the show. I'll fuck your ass! I wanna kill myself! If I think it sucks, I tell you!
The Joe Cronin Show.
Who here remembers the former donation that we used to have here on the Joe Cronin Show? The ugly Universal Championship donation. That's right. It was a reaction from a former listener of the Joe Cronin Show, Jaron, in the crowd, as Mick Foley unveiled the Universal title. And he said, "Oh my God, that's the same as the..." And it was a horrific donation. It was an annoying one. So eventually we did get rid of it. But I couldn't help but think that was Mick Foley who unveiled that to so many boos. And it was hilarious to me that once again Mick Foley was out there having to unveil another ugly championship to everybody. Oh my God, man. This is so funny. It is so funny. Now, granted, I am not as upset about this as many people are. And let me just say that for a year, obviously, as you guys know, I've been pitching this idea of why don't they have a 24-hour title? They can't do a hardcore belt anymore. Fine, I get it. But why not bring back the hardcore title like they used to, but do it more of a 24/7 rule? And, you know, they go live on YouTube. WWE goes live on YouTube. The chaos is happening right now. We're following the 24/7 champion, and they could do all kinds of stuff with this. Anybody from any roster can have a shot at it. I've been pitching this for a year. There are 4 major videos and 1 Patreon show where you can find me talking about this. If you were to drum up all of my ideas about doing this, they about 80% did my idea. They did leave some other things out. But my idea was their idea in the hardcore 24/7 championship that they used to have. That idea is not really an idea as much as let's bring back that. But can you imagine their idea from back in the 2000s, early 2000s, coming into now with social media and the way they could do anything and make this spontaneous title? Now, the reason why I suggested this and pitched this in the first place was because many people wanted to see the TV title back. And I said, there's no room for the TV title. The TV title essentially had become the United States Championship when it would be an open challenge. But then they stopped doing that, and it's inconsistent. So bringing a TV title on would just be another belt. The IC belt should be focused on more. The United States Championship belt should be focused on more. They can't even get those right. So bringing on another serious belt is a huge, stupid mistake and a waste of time. That is why I said, but what you could do is a 24/7 belt, because then you can do all this goofy other stuff, and it would allow guys on the undercard to be seen a little bit more, be featured, maybe get over a little bit. The problem is they need to pump up the IC belt and the United States Championship first. Those are floundering sometimes, and with those floundering sometimes, then you have issues, and so then therefore it's hard to get behind a belt like this if those belts aren't taken serious enough. And these are all things that I've said. And going back on this belt as well, I think this belt would have looked, when I pitched this idea in my second video months ago, I also suggested maybe the belt be green because they don't have a lot of green belts, and they can't do this and they can't do that, but do something that looks different. Now, they did do a throwback. It looks like a throwback belt. I think, unfortunately, this belt would have looked better with a white strap. This exact belt with a white strap would have looked better, but they wouldn't do a white strap. It looks like WWE wouldn't do that because the Intercontinental Championship already has the white strap. They didn't want to do another one, I guess, of those. It also occurred to me tonight that looking at the two WWE champions, the WWE World Champion Kofi and the WWE Universal Champion Seth, when they were standing side by side in the ring, I thought to myself, my goodness, are these belts just terrible looking toys? Like, it looks goofy as hell that there are two champions standing in the middle of the ring, and both the belts just have this gigantic WW logo. It really is childish, the main championships. So when the main championships are childish, it's no wonder this one was childish. I myself also would have introduced this belt into Raw, into the WWE Universe, with probably a ladder match. It's a 24/7 belt. We're going to introduce it in a ladder match, in an actual ladder match. 8 to 10 participants. Someone's going to pull that thing down from the top to become champion. I would have also implemented the reason why you want to become champion, and the reason is because you make like $50 an hour as long as you're champion. You know what I'm saying? So if you held the belts for 24 hours, that's a huge chunk of change. So the champion would make a profit too. You could bring the profit into that. So if you made $50 an hour, 24, you held it for a day, that's $1,200 a day. It's a very profitable championship. You could have that be an important message as well, that every hour is $50 in your pocket. This is an unbelievable belt that can make you a lot of money, and that's the reason why. And putting those things out there make people understand more why people are chasing for it, running down for it, trying to beat you up at a gas station for it. All those things help with believability. Game of Thrones could have used somebody who understood helping with believability on this last season. It's the same thing. Make me invested and make me believe, and all I need is that foundation. I need that foundation of $50 an hour and several other things, and now I start to believe a little bit, and that's really all I want to do is believe in wrestling. Now, I don't know if is this Gravy on the phone we have?
Yep.
Gravy, I saw you holding the Monetize This championship last night. How are you doing, buddy? And I know that I'm not shitting on the 24/7 rule a lot. 80% of it was an idea I would have done.
Yeah, when we came up with it months back, we were saying, this is a way for them to utilize Facebook and the network and YouTube, Twitch, whatever they want to go with to hop into more, depth of social media. And like you were saying, they don't like to go with financial gains. They don't like bringing up money often. So instead of money being an incentive, making, X amount of money per hour, just have them say that they now have the choice, to be on any show they want, because anybody can challenge for the belt, and it guarantees them time on TV. You get to be seen more. You're a champion, and now you can travel from show to show at your leisure. They said that anybody can challenge for it, but so now you can be on any show.
That doesn't give them work for me.
Incentive to be.
I hate that. I don't understand. Like, that's dumb. Like, nobody. It's like
they want to be on TV. They want to be seen.
But I don't.
These are all people that haven't had a chance to break through.
I mean, maybe.
I just want to know.
Yes, Gravy. Go ahead.
How do you go from having a decent pay-per-view to a pile of fucking dog shit?
That's exactly what we said last night. It was like last night.
Someone explain.
Well, dude, last night it felt like they treated last night like a pay-per-view / Raw. And it was almost like with the storylines going on during the pay-per-view and what they were doing, I thought last night was decent, and then tonight again, like you said, it's a pile of shit. Like, I mean, I can't believe it. They did last night was better. I gave last night a 5.
Yeah, last night was much better, and not just. I mean, being in person gives you an extra, point or two at times. Even still, they had the booking down for most of it. Their biggest problem last night, shooting themselves in the foot, besides Lesnar, was the referees messing up.
Man.
I said they had the San Jose Sharks refs refereeing the fucking WWE
the
last
crowd
night.
Shit all over the refs too, and
What
I went
was
back
it?
and rewatched a portion of it. Gravy and I will tell you that crowd was like an 8.5 even out of 10 crowd. They were
loud as hell.
They were so loud the entire night. Instead of holy shit, they were chanting yowie wowie.
We heard a Game of Thrones chant. I heard a Game of Thrones chant.
Yeah, there was so much, going on with the crowd. And it was while Game of Thrones was actually airing, people were chanting stuff and spoilers. Like it was just a lot of fun. People were excited all night, and you watch it back. I'm telling you, I've been to a good amount of events. The music, that was the loudest.
Oh.
My ears are bothering me to this point. I don't know what they did, but they went past a certain threshold.
No.
It's never been that loud.
Really?
Jake, you notice where we were sitting, right? If you looked up, the fucking speaker was pointing right towards us. That's why.
Yeah,
That's probably
I mean
the thing, yeah.
that doesn't help anything at all, too. But even just the sound itself, you couldn't understand promos and people's voices throughout. A lot of people didn't understand what they were saying. Because it was like
also small though, Jake. You got to remember.
The acoustics messed it up a lot too.
Oh, bad. They had it turned up way too much. Hold on, somebody got to say something.
Hi, my love.
Hey, what's up, baby?
It was nice to finally meet Shelby in person too.
You hold that belt?
Man, it was. Yeah, she did. Yes.
I want that belt. That belt's mine.
She held it the whole night.
She didn't let it go.
You can wrestle me for it.
Nope.
She took control of it and didn't let it go. But yeah, the crowd was really receptive to just about everything. And then I like how they piped in fake chants on TV and the network, because the crowd shit all over Lesnar coming out.
Yep.
They didn't.
They cheered for him coming out on the network. I was laughing my ass off.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I have it in one of the Instagram or Twitter live videos that I put up. People were booing incessantly for Lesnar.
The hell out of him.
Yeah,
really.
No one
it sounded like
he came out. We were shocked at first. Everyone was like, "Oh my god!" And then like, "Ugh."
So I'm sitting down, Joe, and all of a sudden I hear "den den." Me and Jake literally look at each other like, "What the fuck?"
Oh my god!
You piece of shit! You piece of shit.
Yeah, they went ahead and they had everybody aimed over, like the cameraman aimed at the ramp, so you knew someone was coming out.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, is it going to be Lars? Braun was kicked out of the building, so, will he come back? Who hung up Sami Zayn upside down? So a lot of people thought it was going to be Bray, and that's why you had more yowie wowie chants. But no, it was Lesnar, and people were not
Shelby
thrilled.
got a theory on who hung him up.
I personally think it was Brock, because if you listen, when Paul Heyman was doing his thing tonight, he was talking about it. But back last night when they were talking to Braun was like, what do you mean? I didn't do it. I think it was Brock that did it, but they put the blame on Braun so they could kick Braun out and have Braun and Sami out so they could put Brock in.
Yeah, it kind of seems like that was the case.
I had thought, oh, this is like Bray Wyatt doing this, but they're not going to tell us that for a long time. And, they're just kind of planting seeds at the beginning. But that's...
Well, he just had his baby with whoever the hell she is, so he wasn't even there. Obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize that was going to happen either. But Gravy, man, I love you, buddy. I'm glad you held the belt. And Shelby, what up? And I love you guys. And I'm going to let you go because I got a lot to talk about here. What would you give? I gave last night a 5 out of 10 real quick. Let's get last night out of the way real quick. We'll get back to this Raw, and we'll come back to last night. But I gave it a 5 out of 10. You were there, though. What did you think, Jake?
Oh, I thought you were asking Gravy. Yeah, I gave it probably a 6.5 out of 10. There was some really good matches and things that were mostly disappointing. The cage match was a bit of a letdown, obviously. Too much trying to escape, and the way Shane won didn't go over well.
Yeah.
The refs messing up quite a few times, like during the women's match.
Sometimes I couldn't tell, like, are they messing up on purpose or were they supposed to mess up? It was weird.
I don't know, because they didn't count at all for Lacey Evans, and the crowd was chanting, "You messed up," and "You fucked up," and things like that. So,
well, the ref tried to say that the left far shoulder wasn't down, or at least he couldn't see it. It almost seemed like...
But he ran around to the other side, and that's what I'm saying.
Well,
so they kind of covered themselves.
It honestly almost felt like he really was supposed to start counting there, but then he knows you're not supposed to count if their shoulders are up, and he really thought her shoulder was up, but it wasn't, so he could have counted. And that's what it felt like. It was like a real life, he couldn't see the left shoulder.
Yeah. Live, it didn't really, because it was kind of hard to see in the other angle, but didn't come across well. Granted, though, I mean, the ladder match was really exciting up until the outcome. There was a lot of crazy spots. Poor Finn Balor just was a crash test dummy for the entire night. I don't think he really got any offense in. He just got thrown around like a damn human pincushion. Mustafa Ali's mouth got destroyed by Lesnar when he threw that ladder down. Lesnar knocked over the first, when he pushed down the first ladder and threw the other one. It went into two of the cameramen, knocked them down. The other portion of the ladder went into the crowd.
It looked like it just hit the guys in the head, like when he came out.
Yeah, it was just pure chaos and a bit of a mess. But all in all, I mean, it was a decent show. There wasn't much that wasn't enjoyable. So I went to go grab drinks. The only time I got up was for Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio. I watched them come out, and I'm like, oh. It'd take me 90 seconds. There was no line. I'm like, I'm just going to grab a drink. I'll be right back. I figured the match was going to go on for a while since they had a short match at Mania. Nope. Yep. That was. But I guess they did that call audibly because Samoa Joe was bleeding and they didn't want any more blood and they were worried about his nose. And now Ray has a separated shoulder. So that sucks.
Wait, he really does? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he legitimately got injured. They mentioned it on Raw tonight as well. But he did separate his shoulder, so now we got to see what's going to happen with him in the U.S. title going forward. It's a messy situation, and it sucks too because they do that where he finally gets a chance to, get somewhat of a run with the belt maybe. And I'm still hung up on Brock Lesnar having the title too. That's the unfortunate part.
You mean the Money in the Bank? Yeah,
yeah, the briefcase. Yeah.
Can you hear these sounds, by the way?
No, they were working until we lost the callers.
I hear that.
Oh, then you'll hear them then. Okay, good. Sean, thank you for subbing to the channel, man. Yeah, I just wanted to put the start the donations. People are saying, you guys have lots to say. I'm going to play donations. I'm going to take phone calls tonight. Just want to get through some of these. Crash 2, man. What up? How you doing, man? Lots to talk about. And don't forget, everyone, the AEW podcast is coming tomorrow. It's going to be nutty. Someone's going to nut their pants. It's going to be crazy. And thank you to Joey Harris for subbing to the channel. What up, Joey? Tomorrow, the Elite Wrestling Podcast, Double or Nothing Predictions, right here on the Joe Cronin Show. It's Elite Wrestling Podcast. Kevin Bird, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, man. What's going on, guys? We will hear all your opinions. What do you guys think about the new title?
Chat Party.
It's the Costanza.
The exciting 24-hour Jobber Championship. Fuck me.
Yeah, fuck me, man. It's weird too because it's on. It's almost like I don't even know what to say because I don't know how to defend it. It was like an idea I was pushing for. I would have gone with this idea. They just did a few things wrong to me. I was actually shocked. I am straight up shocked that the crowd, when Mick Foley unveiled that tonight, that they went, "Oh." I am not kidding you. This is the first time.
Yeah, no, it was just
I'm
a funny
shocked.
reaction, but
I'm not
consensus.
kidding. Like, I know the Universal title. I know when he unveiled the Universal Championship 3 years ago, and everybody went, "Oh," and it was hilarious. I got why that was. I don't get quite why nobody liked this. Because he was just out there announcing it. Nobody knew yet how it was going to go. I've been talking about this for a while. People liked the idea, and I said just 24 hours, Facebook, YouTube, anything can happen. This is what we do. It won't be the hardcore belt because they won't do hardcore, so...
that was the thing. I think a lot of people thought that there would be a hardcore title, but they cut away when there was blood. They threw away the Samoa Joe match. So I mean, it's just not something that's going to happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So like well, that came out that they bailed on the match early because of that. But it was more. Was it more? You think that they thought there was an injury, or that there was blood?
I've heard just for blood. So
really, wow. I mean, I could see Vince in the back, with all these other things that are going on later, and now someone's bleeding. Vince, instead of having them come and glue somebody, Vince is saying like, just get them finished, go home now, get out of here.
Yeah, because they let Samoa Joe come back out after he was cleaned up a little bit to continue the beatdown, but then he started to bleed again. So
that WWE can't do a thing right. They can't do anything right. I'm telling you, man. And I don't necessarily always not agree with it. Because I'm defending this a little bit. I wanted this belt. This is something I will take the heat. You don't like it? I'm the one who said it for a long time now. Different.
I even said it, and I like the fact that it can be earned and won by anybody with NXT and NXT UK, 205 Live, bring the cruiserweights in. I felt bad yesterday because the cruiserweight match, as soon as that started, literally, if not 60% of the arena got up. Everybody went to the bathroom all at once. Concessions. Hardly anybody was in the crowd for that match. But yeah, I enjoy the title. I'm with you there. I don't care for the look of it much, but I like the idea behind it, that anybody can have a chance to win it. I just don't think the scramble was a great way to start it either, like you said. I think that was a bit foolish. They kind of half-assed it there. There should have been go with the classic, over-the-top battle royal, something like that. It just felt really half-assed. It felt like an XFL scrimmage to go ahead and have everybody, scramble for the title right off the start. But I'm curious to see how they do this going forward. Are they going to break live and do as the show has suggested and go ahead and have hey, look at this, we're live right now and R-Truth is defending his title in the airport? Or are we just going to get WWE.com recaps of this happened earlier today, and earlier today R-Truth was attacked by Bobby Roode in his hotel or at the gym? I hope they do it live and not, hey, this happened 3 hours ago.
I said originally with the idea, I did a lengthy thing on Patreon, and I did one, me and you talked about it once, and then I've done multiple times where I brought this up. But just the idea, WWE has a YouTube channel just like anybody else. So if they want to shoot something ahead of time and then release it like it's live, nobody would know the difference. So you release a video and be like, and it's too bad, and I'm not saying employ anybody, WWE, I don't care who it is, employ a WWE YouTube host. Seriously, WWE, have a face of YouTube. What's up, everybody? It's me, Joe Cronin, the face of WWE's official YouTube channel, and we have breaking news right now. We have cameras on scene as Kofi Kingston has been caught up to at Levi's, outside of Levi's Stadium or whatever, and then they cut to it and they're like, it's happening, and then social media starts to spread the news that hey, WWE's live. Everybody, that they're live right now on their YouTube channel. Something's happening, and you see the guy go into a mailbox and them drive away. And whatever else, and then somebody gets pinned, and they could do so much stuff with this where on social media that it's live now. They could do funny cameos with the belt, and I understand that is a bit goofy. It is circus-like. It is, they are saying it's like the jobber title now or whatever else like that. But that's the point of it. That is the point, to get faces on the TV that we don't always see, to do something different, to have the ability to cut away, to have the ability for WWE at any time to have something happen. It doesn't always have to be a sideshow, though. It doesn't have to always be like someone gets hit in the head with a 2x4 out of nowhere and wins. There could actually be a match that happens where you're like, damn, that's a great match that I just saw for the WWE 24/7 belt. I really did. You just saw a great match. But if they continuously just do, guy gets hit in the head with a door, and now the guy who takes off with the title, that immediately tells you that it's a cartoon and a joke. That's why I would have had, like I said, a ladder match to determine the belt, a traditional ladder match to start. After that, the bet's off. Whoever the champion is, they can lose that title. And I just think that is something they should have started with, instead of just saying, hey, come and get it! Run on down! I don't know, running down to the ring. That's the part where to me it went out the window. I wish I could say that's the part where the credibility died. But when Mick Foley brought the belt out, the crowd was like dead, and I said to myself, "Holy shit!"
And I don't think a lot of people understood what it represented either. That's part of the problem too.
No, I think it was clear.
Yeah, you think? Some people were confused on Twitter.
Mick Foley said it. He said 24 hours a day. Anytime, or maybe you're right. No, he said that after he held it, didn't he?
Yeah, after he held it up. So, I mean, that's why people's initial reaction, I don't think they knew what they were getting.
Well, also, when he did that,
they groaned at first because I think they thought it was going to be hardcore or something.
He also held it up in front of the hard cam, which was only half full from what I understand. And never...
Yeah, one of the pictures I saw was missing a lot of people.
He should have turned the belt around to everybody quickly. But, yeah, I get it. He leaked it earlier too. It accidentally came out or something when he got out of the car.
Yeah, when he moved the bag, it was showing. I saw the green strap and I got worried that it had something to do with the Saudi show, the Super Showdown.
I thought it was
Braun had that green belt from the Rumble, the greatest Royal Rumble last year. Yep. So I thought they were bringing that belt back.
Yeah. Yep.
As soon as I saw the green strap, I'm like, oh no, it's for the 50-man Battle Royal because Braun won it last year, never defended it. So now they're bringing it back for you to win this year at the 50-man, Super Showdown and whatever. But
I thought the belt looked like a nice throwback, but that's just me. I mean, honestly, like I said, if you make that belt with a white strap, it's way better. That strap is white.
I don't even mind the green. I think it's the yellow and green that has the odd look. I think it should have been like a white plate, like a white gold look to it.
Either way, I just know they didn't do a white strap because of the IC belt. I know that's why they didn't do it. But even if they just made it black at that point, they might as well have just made it black. If you couldn't do the white stripe, do the black stripe. Or you could have done half and half. You literally could have done like half of it white, half of it black, and the 24 could have been in white, slash, I don't know. I would have made a better looking belt, but it is a throwback belt. And here's the thing. I'm just happy it doesn't look like every other belt. I'm happy it looks different. So that's the thing is I don't have that much of a problem with it. But again, like I said, whenever WWE doesn't execute something perfectly nowadays, everyone shits on it. And it's because of how bad this company is right now that everybody just wants to shit on stuff. And I will personally tell you, I am shocked. And I understand how creative people can be upset when their ideas don't go off well because I was invested in that idea. And when I saw that they were doing it, I went, oh my God, they're doing it. And then to see the people just be like, boo, and just, what the fuck is that? Like me, I just kind of went, damn, that was kind of like the idea that I would have pitched this idea. So this, God damn it, they don't like this. But
I would have explained it first and then said, and then done a drum roll and this is the belt. Like explained it. We're bringing out a new, never before seen stipulation. You have a chance to win any point, any time, and this is the belt. I think people would have been more receptive. I just don't think they knew what the hell it was until after you explained it. So the initial reaction kind of just was less than stellar.
You just can't do the Benny Hill thing, and that was Vince's idea. That Vince...
Yeah, he loves that type of stuff. Where'd they go? Oh, they went that way? You better not be lying.
Here's how it's Vince's idea. First of all, you love when they're running down to get the belt. He likes the idea of everyone's just scrambling for it. And it's the same idea why Vince did the whole XFL thing. Put the ball in the middle of the 50-yard line and have the players run to it. He loves that type of shit. This is straight out of Vince McMahon. And then, of course, Titus O'Neil becomes the first champion. And Vince loves the idea of Titus O'Neil being like, and then he gets nailed from behind and loses the fucking belt. That's where Vince took over to me. Everything else was clear that a writer listened to either a writer listened to this show. That's all I can come up with. But everything at that point was pitched by a writer or by somebody in the back. And maybe not. This may just be their idea. It's not. I stole the idea from the hardcore belt. It's not my idea. I just said, imagine it nowadays in this social media realm where they could do all these things. So you know what
you were saying about going live and
yeah,
integrating it with
that was my
Twitch
that was my idea. That was my contribution to this. But I didn't come up with this idea at all. I'm not saying that. I took their idea. They came up with this in 2000. But the point is that this was all creative, I believe, up until they started running out. Everything there was Vince's idea. They run out, Titus gets nailed, and then from then on, whatever. I mean, it was just so Vince McMahon that it was out of control. It just was goofy. And I think WWE's in trouble right now because here's what I'm seeing out of this. The casuals don't understand a fucking thing. The casuals, WWE is left with literally the casuals that are left watching WWE, maybe the most retarded people that watch TV ever. Like, these people are zombie morons.
Yeah, they just accept whatever's thrown in front of them. But can you blame them in a sense because there's no clarification of anything?
No, but I think you could clarify them, and they would say, I think you could say,
they'd still go with
hey,
it. Hey,
2 + 2 is 4. Don't you get it? And they'd be like, I like ice cream. Like, they don't fucking know. That's the casuals to me. But then on top of it, you have the smarky hardcore fans, like some of us. And I think those people are really unwilling to accept very much at this point. And it seems like those people are really into the whole sporting side of wrestling right now. Like the actual athleticism in the ring, the in-ring storytelling is what people are craving. There's no larger-than-life characters, really. There's that in-ring storytelling isn't happening. And certainly the week-to-week storytelling in WWE is non-existent. So all three of those elements are missing from WWE. The only thing
taking away or throwing out more nonsense too, Joe.
No, that's the thing is the only thing is those three things are not happening. But what you are getting is shit being thrown out at the wall. Like, try this now, try that now, try this now, try that now. Like, and it's being shit on most of the time. And because it's not executed right or they give up on it, nobody can take anything seriously. So what you have right now is a recipe for disaster in WWE. They literally, WWE needs to realize that they need to become way more serious. That even when they do things that they attempt to be serious, they're taking jokingly. It's kind of like me. I'm a horrible serious actor sometimes. I used to want to act like and do serious acting, and I can't. Like, unfortunately, all you see is comedy a lot of times when I do stuff. I try to be serious and say, like, I'm coming for you, and when I get there, I'm going to eat out your heart. And it's like, and you just can't sort of take me seriously. It sounds funny. It's funny, but it's not. I wanted to be serious, but I'm not good at it.
Yeah, it wasn't intended to be that way.
That is WWE right now. So they need to double down on serious and also double down on characters and create storylines that tie in, that go week to week, that aren't convoluted. And they need to ditch all of the bullshit, goofy Benny Hill stuff. And yet they keep doing it. The idea of the 24-hour championship would be good if the belt looked really good. You explained how much money they were going to make, and you had it begin with a ladder match where it felt important. But instead, you brought out a belt.
Even a friggin' battle royal, but this whole XFL scrimmage thing, that made it seem so just preposterous. That was a huge deterrent to people enjoying it. Oh, and especially because, people have to play dead, and you barely got hit, but now you're just out of reach of the belt. Why are you not still going for it? Moments like that people don't like anymore. It's become more noticeable. And like you said, there's so many things they're trying out right now. Jim Ross said before, titles have never meant less in pro wrestling, at least in my career, than they do right now. I mean, he's exactly right. With the wild card rule, they keep, as you said, throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what sticks, just throwing darts at randomness. Problem being is that if something doesn't work immediately, even if it's a semi-decent idea, they get rid of it. So they don't give things a chance to kind of grow naturally and take a bit more time to fester. And then on top of that, if something does work but it doesn't carry through to the next week, they get rid of it as well. And there's so many last-minute decisions that are just baffling at times no one knows whether they're coming or going. Things are planned out in advance, then Vince changes it last minute. I mean, poor Mustafa Ali, up until he was in Gorilla, thought he was winning the Money in the Bank last night. He was told, and so was everybody else participating in the match, that he was winning, reportedly, the Money in the Bank ladder match. And then as they went ahead and went into position to go out for the match, that's when they found out what was actually happening.
Now, I want to defend that a little bit. I want to defend that by saying that happens a lot, and also that they were really trying to cover up Lesnar not being. They didn't want people to know Lesnar was there.
Keep it as a surprise. Loose lips sink ships. But
while that may be true, I feel like nowadays generation are crybabies, and I'm sure Mustafa Ali himself is a crybaby a little bit. Maybe he cried about it a little bit, but this happens to a lot of times. A lot of guys, they tell the guy he's winning, and then they change things, and they know they're changing things. I know that sucks, but that is something they do. And now why you need to hide it from Mustafa Ali? Not really sure, but all I want to say is it's not new. Like, that's the thing. I know that it makes no sense. I agree. But again, it's not new. It's nothing that hasn't been done to many other people. It's been done to, like, Jericho. So if it can be done to Jericho, it can be done to Mustafa Ali, which is therefore why I will not cry about it. Let's move on to some more donations.
Super Chat Party.
All those chair shots. Vince finally lost his mind.
Oh, he didn't finally. It's Doshi. What up, man? Thanks for the $2. I think it's been going on a while now here. It seems like this is what I've been saying about WWE. Every time there's a good idea, they take it and they step on it. Every time there's a good idea, it's coming in gold, and then Vince goes, let me smear some of my shit all over that idea. Let me shit all over that idea and see what works. Now, it used to be when Vince Russo brought Vince McMahon an idea, or when someone else in the back brought Vince McMahon an idea. Vince McMahon a lot of times would polish it up and send it out, and it would come out pretty good. Sometimes Vince would get it, and he would mess it up a little bit, and then he'd send it out. But either way, Vince McMahon, the difference between Vince McMahon 1998, 1999, 2000, 2001, the difference between that Vince McMahon and this Vince McMahon is that Vince McMahon would take an idea that was kind of crazy, and he would make it work or make it crazier. And so it would come in one way and go out the other way, but it would go out still gold. It would go out silver or gold, either way. These ideas are going out poop. They're going out shit. And that's the best analogy I can think of, because I've heard some of the ideas that Vince Russo even himself has said he had. Jim Cornette and multiple other people have verified that when an idea came to Vince, it came this way. And when you hear about the idea, you go, Jesus, that's kind of weird. But then Vince changes it a little bit, and the idea got better. So Vince used to put stuff into the idea that was good to make it better. So then when Vince Russo went to WCW, it was retarded because there was no Vince McMahon filter. That's why there was Viagra on a pole and all kinds of other bullshit and weird title changes all over the place in weird ways and all this goofy shit going on left and right. Because Russo was fucking spewing out his ideas all over the place, and they were being done in real time. But when Russo would spill out the ideas to Vince McMahon, Vince would take them and go, shh. And now Vince McMahon takes ideas and goes, shh. It's a different Vince McMahon, and it's because this day and age is different. This audience is different. Vince is kind of doing the same things he always did, but this is a different audience, and his ideas have taken a major step back. The washer machine needs to be clean.
Shit bomb.
So instead of bringing back the hardcore title, they decide to give us one of the ugliest fucking title designs ever created. Only to have Mick get booed by this dumbass causal crowd. I understand the concept, but why? Other than that Raw sucked. 3/10.
Oh my god, a 3/10 from our buddy over there, Triple Gaming. Yo, Triple Gaming, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that, Triple Gaming, and we do have a lot of donations here to get through, but real quick, I just want to say, I did see the Dasha Fuentes. A lot of people said this to me. Yes, I was hard on her. I was hard on her for 2 years, and I don't give a shit. I'm not going to apologize for it. For the people that said, Joe C, she really was a good girl. It's not her fault. Yeah, I don't know that. And all I know is what I'm seeing on TV is a fucking robot. So I shit on her because what I saw was a robot. And I said that she may be a great person, but what I see on TV is a robot.
Has no charisma, has no, flair, no interesting bone in her body. And that's the thing. You never said, "Oh my God, she's a terrible person."
Have you seen this?
Yeah. And her being shocked and the way they treated her was terrible to basically let her go like that. And it sucks.
Well, I don't agree. I think they should have let her go. She was horrible.
But 5 years, they just, you're not going to Mania, and then they just shit on you that way with no recourse.
They do this to everybody. What is anyone surprised about? Does any job ever say, "Hey, you know what? We want you to be able to stick around for the next few months and come on the big cruise this year," No, you get a fucking thing. Get the fuck out. What world is Joshua Fuentes living in where, what are they supposed to molest you and play with you before you go? No. You know what? I showed up at my work after 4 years a couple years ago, and I sat down at my desk, and then they had me come in for a meeting and said, "Hey, get the fuck out."
Yeah, and don't touch anything on the way out.
Yeah, there was no fucking pomp and circumstance. What the fuck is she talking about? I still don't feel bad, but here she is.
It's so amazing hanging out with you because you do have so much personality.
Thank you.
That we didn't see on TV.
I promise people I am not a robot.
I feel bad because I know that she must have heard some rants. They
listen to the show. That
is horrific. I'm sorry, Dash. You seem like a great person. I think you would be a good interviewer under my direction. How about that?
That's the thing. And that's what I was getting at. They directed her to be this way.
Yeah. Well,
so that's my point.
Because
they don't like her this way.
Because I disagree.
They had her.
No, there's a girl in the back right now that's working there that does a great job in the robot role. Not Charlie Caruso, the other girl, the new girl that I mentioned this. I mentioned
Sasha.
Her. No,
her name?
Maybe I don't know. I mentioned her a month ago, and I said this girl's great. Yeah. She can do the stupid interviews the way WWE wants them, but comes off real. Ladies and gentlemen, now here's my guest, Rusev. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my guest at this time, Rusev. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest at this time, Rusev. Nobody directed her to act like that. There's no way. They said, "That's right, you appear retarded. That's what we want." She just couldn't take direction in the robot fashion that they want. I get that. Now, I would run the other way. Be yourself, be your own self, introduce the guy and get into it, have a fun time. That's what I would have said. That is their fault for failing her, but it's like Cody Rhodes. He did Stardust great. Somebody else would have sucked at that immediately and been fired. Instead, he nailed it. He nailed this piece of shit they gave him, and they let him keep doing it because of it, and eventually he said, "I'm out." That's Dasha was given this stuff to do.
Sarah Schreiber
is fucking a godsend for them because she's taken their bullshit robotic backstage segment interviews, and even when she does the awkward stare away, nails it. Even when she has to do that stupid stare away. So tell us what you were attacked yesterday. Do you feel, are you going to get retribution for that? Not only am I going to get retribution for that, but I'm going to kick his ass now. And then she stares and goes. And it's like, I believe her a little bit better than I believe these other, these stupid faces. And by the way, I just hate the cutaways. WWE, your whole backstage thing sucks anyway. You're lucky you have Sarah Schreiber to cover up how bad that is, because it's bad. It's not good when anybody does it, but she's making it look somewhat believable for you. So, and that pisses me off in a way, because Sarah is doing such a good job that with their bullshit, and Charlie Caruso does a mild job as well, but she's robotic too. But Sarah comes off as a human and real. I feel bad because I wish they brought another robot on so that eventually they'd realize that this is stupid and we are idiots. But now they may never do that because Sarah's actually turning fucking silver out of shit or whatever you want to call it. It's still horrible.
Why not get rid of Dasha years ago then?
Well, I agree. I don't know. I don't know why she was there. I think Sarah's pretty, actually, but if that's her.
I hope you hang your mother. This country sucks. This place sucks. Dude, I was eat your asshole and spit it in your mouth, baby bird style. Who wants to call the show? I will fuck your ass. I want to kill myself. The Joe Cronin Show.
That's right. Raw dark mode. Thank you very much for the $4.99. Basically summed up the show. I appreciate that.
R-Truth said he's taking the European Championship to SmackDown Live, holding up the 24/7 title.
Wow.
He's fucking gold.
I don't think Sarah Schreiber's ugly.
Obsessed Sasha fans want to say anything WWE does is a dig at Sasha. Just be happy for Bayley, but let's talk about the PG Core Giant Wristwatch title.
Spaz Phoenix, what up, bro? I don't know, dude. I'm not going to complain about it because it ain't the red WWE Universal title. So, it is what it is. I would have made a better belt, but it's still pretty good. This is Sarah Schreiber. You don't think she's hot? I mean, how is she not pretty? I mean, I don't get it.
Yeah, no doubt.
And she's real, too. She's got this spunkiness that she's real. Like, I don't know, man. I love her. She came on. Like, she's like, they're 0 for 5.
Super Jet.
They were 0 for 5.
R-Truth calling it the European Championship, lol.
Oh, my God. Did he really do that? Did he do that?
That's what I was just telling you.
That's fucking hilarious, Jake. I'm so
happy. I said
happy.
he's taking it to SmackDown. He's like, he's got a picture of the 24/7 title.
Raw review, sponsored by Secret Life of Pets 2.
Thank you,
Rolling
Jay.
on the floor laughing.
Thank you, Jay.
They brought that up, 6 times tonight in the main event? The Secret Life of Pets.
Here we go.
The announcing is...
Here we go. About to get it.
The announcing in WWE is embarrassment.
Just put a little gerbil in the corner dancing at this fucking point.
Again, Bray's segment was awesome. I'm sure there will be complaints. What's the likelihood that WWE buckles under the pressure, pulls back in the idea?
Chris Cabacco, I don't think they will. I don't think they'll pull back on that idea because that's their best idea. That's going to come to be probably their highest rated segments, one of their highest rated segments of the show. Therefore, I can't believe that they would pull back on that. A lot of people thought it was going to be the wild card title tonight. Thank God it's not that. So that or that Legends thing. Thank God either one of those wasn't what it is. So I think we should all be happy that it's the 24/7 title and not whatever the fuck those things were.
Super Chat Party.
ABELsalasJR Jr. ABELsalasJR Jr., thank you for the $1, my friend. This is what happens when I go on too long a rant. We get 40 minutes behind in donations. Oh,
Charlotte
my God.
tweets out, she said, every title is 24/7 if you have the right last name, meaning that she's Flair, and she shows a gif of her winning all the different women's belts. But doesn't she want to she always said, my namesake doesn't matter, and that was the whole fight with her and Becky, saying that, I don't just, I'm not just given opportunities, I've earned everything.
It's always
her.
Whatever works for her in the moment.
Yeah, and how ridiculous is that?
I thought Raw was pretty good. I give it a 6. Could you imagine if Hulk Hogan beat a black guy for the 24/7 title? Lol, I like the concept, gives guys and girls something to do in TV time.
Alexis Sweet Ass, thanks for the 316. Again, I love the idea too. I've loved the idea of the 24/7 idea. Just from a creative standpoint, like if I was working in WWE, I would say no brainer, we got to have this for a cutaway, for something for social media, all kinds of shit. That's just me. Look at that freak. I'm the freak.
No. Which jobber shit up that title? Whenever Mick Foley reveals a title, you know it to be shit. Fuck this shitfest of company 24/7.
My God, man of 1,005 holds. Thank you for the $4. Yeah, Mick Foley 0 for 2 on pushing new championship belts for the WWE. When was the Universal title reveal, Jake? It was 4 years ago now?
SummerSlam, when Seth and Finn Balor, they were in Brooklyn. Yeah.
4 years ago, you think now?
Yeah, yes. I believe so. 3 years? 4 years?
Party.
JD watched all the Secret Life of Pets 2 trailers tonight, and now his cat's asshole is paying for it.
I bet they are. I bet they are. I bet he did. That's fucking weird. Spaz Phoenix, thank you, man.
Secret Life of Pets brought to you by Joe Cronin Show.
Dude, oh my God. That fucking R-Truth thing being like, I won the European title. WWE had major problems with Raw script is coming out now in the news.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up when we got to the in-between here because apparently the show went live.
The Usos versus Revival was good. Cicero Ricochet was good. Not knowing what Brock was going to do kept you watching. Drew Miz was decent. Not shit.
That's the problem for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know if you agree. Like some of the wrestling was really on point. But.
Yeah, some of the wrestling was all right, and they had a story of like Lesnar at the beginning, and what's he going to do at the end? Although it led to absolutely nothing. That's the problem. There was zero payoff.
Since I've been listening to this, so there's literally like the third idea that WWE has stolen from you, and fans can't say that you're delusional either because it is straight from what you said last night.
27 Freddie Mitchell, thank you. But it's also from what I said last year and weeks ago and 6 months ago. I brought this up over the last year at least 4 times in depth. So, I mean, it happens, man. I wish they didn't take this idea now because, Jesus, it was not done right.
Super chat.
Fuck that belt, just call it the Hardcore 2/10 #AEW.
Andale Peasy, thank you, man. We knew they would never do the hardcore belt, so that's why I said, like, it'll probably be, I think Jake might have said 24/7. I don't remember which one said
Thought
it.
green belt was WWE Saudi belt.
That's what Jake said. That's what Jake saw. The Goon, thank you, man.
Thank God that wasn't a main focus, though, you know? Ugh.
I did want to make the title green, too. It's so weird that...
I like the green belt, just not the yellow.
Santa Claus's ass.
You gotta have white on green.
Yeah.
I stunned Santa Claus's ass. I stunned Santa
Steve Austin with a stunner on Santa Claus! Saint Nick won't be delivering the presents this year because Steve Austin has assaulted Santa! My God!
Man, this Raw was okay. 5/10 is generous. 3 hours kills it for me. Mm-hmm. Somebody tell Cody Rhodes that a man has a penis and woman has a vagina.
Oh. John Montgomery, thank you. Well, I can tell him that his wife has one. He has one. He should know that. John Montgomery, thank you for that donation, man. I would give Raw kind of like a, like tonight, like a Game of Thrones thumb sideways tonight. I would almost give them I want to give Raw a 4.5 out of 10 tonight because I think that they sort of tried and the wrestling was all right. And they tried to set up a beginning and an end. Now, I thought Braun Strowman was going to come out and save them at the end, and that's why Lesnar wouldn't have been able to cash in. But instead, they went with the 1,000th time Lesnar comes out and then walks away. Oh, my God, they do it every time with Lesnar. Oh, my God, he's going to cash in. Oh, he climbs up on the ring, and he looks
There's
at somebody.
There's an invisible force field that keeps him away, Joe. It's Vince's Jedi powers, or Sith powers, I should say.
Now, I will say,
he forces him away.
If he was Braun, though, Jake, he would have cashed in, and then the other guy would have beat him up, and he would have lost. Like
Braun would have hit himself in the head with a chair about 4 times, busted himself open, and then just laid there.
The good news is Brock is smart. Bad news is he's done this 1,000 times, and it's annoying as fuck.
Really quick, I 2 questions for you because I'm confused. So help me out here. I thought yesterday, the kickoff show, I thought was for the SmackDown Tag Team titles.
I thought the same thing. You're not delusional. They completely
people told me oh no, all week they said it was. It was on WWE.com. That's where I got the picture for when I did the prediction show with Danny on my YouTube from WWE.com.
They talked about winning the belts
for the tag team titles.
They talked about winning the belts.
Yeah, so now that they said that, we got to win so we can go and face them again, we're number 1 contenders. Mm-hmm. But then they have the Usos lose tonight to the Revival. Yeah, the tights were pulled up, okay, but still. So they're the number 1 contenders for the other show's tag team titles, but then they lost to the Revival. Like, all right. And so I was really confused about that. 2, the Super Showdown that's coming up in Saudi. we have most of the card, and it was funny. The crowd booed the hell out of the Undertaker and Goldberg preview that they showed.
Yeah,
I thought that was interesting. But wasn't it announced that Seth would be taking on Brock Lesnar?
Where, at Saudi?
Yeah, it's Saudi.
You're right. I thought it was like minorly announced.
Yeah, I thought because we got Goldberg and Taker, Triple H and Randy, Roman and Shane. We already knew about. Now tonight they made that official. Finn is going to be the Demon taking on Andrade. What a way to waste that and not even, again, let you be surprised with the Demon angle. Braun's taking on Bobby Lashley. They confirmed that tonight as well. And then we have the Battle Royal, Kofi Kingston and Kevin Owens. And I thought Seth and Lesnar were having a rematch. So when he won the briefcase last night, I'm like, well, maybe they're going to use the briefcase just for him to cash it in, and then he's going to get the rematch at the Saudi show. Like, that'll be, he cashes in beforehand. But I guess that's not what they're going with. But I could have sworn we heard that Seth and Brock were facing each other at the Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
I mean, I unless I dreamt it.
No,
had a nightmare.
It was announced somewhere. I don't remember where. But in the initial draft of the card, because you could see the card written on WWE's website, it changed a little bit, and that was one of the things that initially was there. In fact, that was there early, and it's
was there really early.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like
things are subject to change. Yeah, I know that.
No, it's just like Hangman Page and Pac. How that was like one of the first things built for Double or Nothing, and now that's out the window.
Yeah, Pac didn't want to lose that Dragon Gate, like you said, imaginary title.
Yeah, dude, I said imaginary dragon title. I can never remember what the fuck the name of it is.
But it's funny because, I mean, he's on a hot streak, and this is one of the things I'm worried about AEW with. Unfortunately, I don't see the Young Bucks and Cody and Jericho willing to job out to everybody. They're going to want to win, and they have a small roster. And especially when wins and losses are going to matter now, they said they're focusing on that, people aren't going to want to lose. So are people going to constantly walk out of their contracts because they don't want to lose now?
I don't think that I'm less worried about that, but I do. But that is interesting. I feel like Cody and the Young Bucks and all them, I would think that they would want to be team players in a way that they care less than guys like Pac, because he's sort of involved still in wrestling all over the place. So he's taken his own brand very seriously. I would think guys like Cody and the Young Bucks would be less, defensive about their characters because they're in AEW. This is their thing, so they're already here, no big deal. But guys like Pac, who have a deal, but yet they're still wrestling everywhere else.
He's more akin to a visitor than
right. Yeah, like I mean, I hope, I think, but I think you'll have some issues always, and I think it's good if you do. I think that it's healthy if you have some people who fight back. But this is one of those instances where it didn't work out.
And it's funny, too, because we hear last week that Vince and Neville had, Pac had the huge fight backstage when he didn't want to lose the Cruiserweight title, and he threw a huge fit. And now he pretty much, doesn't want to lose.
You don't take my
Double or
fucking
Nothing,
title.
So.
You're not taking my title. This is my title.
Yeah, you're not taking it.
I'm 5'3", you fucking assholes, in my title.
Imagine him in the back. No, but I guess it's not that. I guess it's they're trying to say it's not this big deal we're making it out to be. And people
they did
running
film
with.
A match with the two of them.
Yeah,
they
basically did the match
to overseas, and it's a 15-minute. It basically comes down to a no contest, but that's their goal to get that done so they can continue later on.
I don't know why they didn't do a no contest at the show. I mean, I get it because the time constraints and I mean they thought a draw would be a bad idea. I don't know though. You could have done. I feel like you could have done something where, there's a disqualification, or was there a DQ? There's no DQ in that one, right? Or I don't even know what it was now that I think about it.
I'm not positive on that.
This was probably It was probably like the third match I was most interested in, and it's gone. So I feel like we're left with 1, 2, and maybe a third. Like there's something missing from Double or Nothing with this. I agree. I wonder who Hangman Page they're gonna get. But let me play a couple more.
People seem to think it's gonna be
Dina.
Alexa Bliss, Jesus sweetheart, get ready for the gook.
Andale Peasy, thank you. Alexa Bliss is she? She might be. She has a pet pig that she's always putting out on social media. So who knows what she does with that pig? Christian made us.
Got its own tanning spot.
Yeah. Where's Sasha Banks right now? Do you think she's like calling Bailey up and like, hey, you got my belt, bitch?
Sasha did tweet out at Bailey's, you know,
Here we go,
give her a little
Here we go,
positive reinforcement.
Here we go. Oh, no.
Who is designing these titles? Connor's kids. Vince, please retire already.
God Phoenix, thank you, God Phoenix. I'm assuming the belt design had nothing to do with anybody. You know, so it's just on top. It's unfortunately the belt design didn't go over well. And then on top of that, the circus that happened. And on top of that, the crowd didn't get it or like it at first either. So it just, oh my God, man, that was such a fail. I'm so mad. Because I'm surprised the crowd didn't cheer it, to be honest, even when he pulled it out. Not because of what it looked like, but just the idea of it I thought people would like. And wow, that was not, I mean, that was incorrect. Jacardi B, what up, Jacardi B?
3 matches have been announced for the next pay-per-view. So, Stomping Grounds, we have Kofi versus Kevin Owens for the WWE title. So, I guess that's not going to happen at Saudi.
Super chat. Title looks like something in my grandma's couch angry face.
DeJuan Joseph.
Then we're going to have Roman versus Drew McIntyre in a WrestleMania rematch. And then Seth Rollins will be facing Baron Corbin for the Universal Championship.
Couldn't care about Baron Corbin. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, so that's the plan.
That's going to put Saudi to sleep.
No, that's for
Stomping
Grounds after Saudi. So.
That's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to put me to sleep. 240, what's up?
Hey guys, what's going on? Holy shit, the fucking ads, commercials tonight, just fucking nauseating.
Yeah.
They had a Starro match. They come back from commercial break. Then we have to go to a fucking split screen of a freaking kiddie movie. Like, what the hell?
I fell asleep tonight for about 15 minutes. Like, legit fell asleep.
Like last night, the pay-per-view, Michael Cole's voice was so nauseating, I just had to watch the pay-per-view on mute the whole time.
How does WWE not know that at this point, unfortunately, even though Michael Cole is a very talented guy, I have never liked him, his whole thing on commentary since day one, but how do they not know that we need to do something different? And Michael Cole, I don't think, wants to be there. I think Cole wants to be in the back. He's said that for 3 years now. So, I mean, he hasn't said that, but we've heard that. I believe it's true.
Oh, jeez, I can't listen to him anymore. It's just, Jesus Christ.
A lady sitting in front of us last night had headphones in on her phone. I was like, oh, you're trying to see yourself on TV? She was like, no, we can't hear the commentary. And I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you? That's the best part about being live. You don't have to hear them. Why would you want to listen to the network? Ugh. Some people, I'll tell you. But yeah, no, the way they had to throw in the ads at times tonight and cut away to them, just so ridiculous. It takes away from everything.
Yeah. Thanks for the call, man. I'm sorry if I cut you off. You had another thing. But I appreciate the call. It's keeping the phone lines open there.
What did you think of Cesaro's new theme tonight? Kind of a superhero-esque sounding.
Didn't hear it.
You didn't hear it?
I woke up to the middle of the match. That's when
it's not bad. It's okay, but at least because he lost his original James Bond style.
I mean,
theme.
no, his other theme was horrible. Like
I didn't care for that one. Yeah.
Let's just pat ourselves on the back again real quick. So obviously, they ripped off my idea for Cesaro a couple of years back, 4 years ago now. I said originally that he should be like you just said, James Bondish, and have sunglasses, have a suit, and he should come out to the ramp, rip the suit off and throw it away, and then take his sunglasses off. And then he should have some kind of like cool like that music, like dun 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 dun. Like, I had like this whole idea for Cesaro, and this cool gimmick, and him with sunglasses and ripping the suit off, and then it was, I believe, 4 to 6 weeks later that Cesaro, or 8 weeks later, something like that, Cesaro came out with a fucking suit on, and he ripped it off. And then tons of you guys were screenshotting the video where I brought this whole thing up and sending it to WWE, sending it to Road Dogg, and they were like, ah ha ha ha. But this is a theme. But remember they kept the other theme, Jake? It was the fucking and we're like, what?
Yeah, with the siren to it, and it just wasn't a good theme. He needed new music then, and now for the most part he's been using the Bars, Sheamus theme.
Yeah,
so,
he has Sheamus's theme.
Yeah, he needed something. So as generic and create a wrestler as this is, at least he has a whole new light scheme. The floor was different. Everything about it was for him in particular. So the music may not be the best, but at least they're focusing on him. They put something together different.
It looks like they're giving him kind of the push that we said give him 3 years ago.
Yeah, because we know he's excellent in the ring, but he doesn't have the most charisma. And that's why I was really all about when the whole Heyman thing was going on, and we thought that could go somewhere, but it didn't, unfortunately.
I think he's got charisma in the ring, but he has no, verbal charisma.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, on the mic. Yeah. He's great in the ring for sure, but mic skills are
when he's
a
wrestling,
bit
he seems charismatic a bit. But when he's talking, you're like, oh, you're a foot. So it's just weird. They're always, we already wanted this to happen for him, and then it seemed like they started, then stopped it, then brought him right back into the tag team realm.
Ketcher on the chat says, Joe, congrats on working for free for the WWE.
I don't get it.
Yeah, you're just not getting paid, but you are on the creative team.
I mean, the only thing Foley's
we don't even get catering.
Foley's kids do sub me, and one of them is on the creative team.
See,
I mean, I'm not kidding. You can go look that up.
I know. I've known this for a long time. And
what up, Dewey?
So
I could use some money. I don't have a job really, but this on YouTube stuff, anytime you want to give me a call, feel free. Here I am. I'd like to do commentary though. Man, I'd love to do heel I'm in such a bad mood about wrestling. I would just love to do commentary. I just want to do commentary.
I saw you putting up the videos for AEW and.
Dude, but you know what I was thinking the other day when somebody on WWE was like, he went off the rope and he did something dumb on the pay-per-view, and he was like, well, he tried to do Michael Cole. It was last night on the pay-per-view, Jake. You didn't hear it because you were there, but he was like, oh, he tried to go through the ropes or whatever, and it didn't work. I'm not sure why he wasn't able to make contact there or something like that. And then they just continued on, but I was like, oh my god, if I could do heel commentary, I would be like, well, because he's an idiot. You know what I mean? And then Michael Cole would be like, well, come on, he's not an idiot. He obviously just miscalculated that. Yeah, he miscalculated.
You're right, he's not an idiot. He's a total moron.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he just miscalculated, Mike. Yeah, I'm sure you're going to raise great children. What the hell does that mean? Shut up. And then continue on. That type of banter, they need that now. This announce team has no soul and is enraging. The only time it is funny is sometimes when Corey does say something weird and they all start referencing it and become human for a second. Then they go right back to full-on robot. It's so weird. I know that I'm doing a lot of fucking... I'm not trying to fucking jerk myself off. Listen, I'm a moron who has a GED, okay? Everybody take it easy. But I'm just saying, do something with some people out there because what you have is not good, and I'm sorry.
Super Chat Party.
What do you think of the Dark Third Hour Arena?
The Dark Third Hour Arena. Is that what would look like tonight?
Yeah.
People leave.
They were nowhere near capacity tonight. Last night they were technically sold out, and Gravy had found out because he works for security for there, and they were sold out technically. They boost the numbers, but there were hardly any empty seats anywhere. People kept getting up a lot, so I don't know how it showed, but especially the start of the show, there was no empty spots, and it holds around 10,000. So I was surprised there was nothing tarped off.
Basically, it's the WWE's version of the Iron Man Heavy Metalweight Championship from DDT.
Yeah.
Thank you, Branulus. And what up, Branulus? It does look like it, man. It looks like a boxing championship. I get it. Thank you for becoming a $5 shit bum, Branulus.
One of the people that does give me a heads up every now and again with some news says WWE apparently is done trying to fish for Sasha. You know, they're just ceasing efforts at this point in time. They've kind of offered her a great deal of things, and she's made no effort to try and return. So they're not giving up all hope, but they're not going to keep pursuing her, is what I heard. So kind of makes sense and keeps in line with the story, but they said they're kind of tired of being thrown under the bus repeatedly when they've done everything they could to try and mend this situation. And really, when you think about it, yeah, she might be tired of certain things. Like it is unfortunate that she lost the tag team titles and all that, but she wasn't being treated awful. I mean, I can see other wrestlers making more of a gripe.
I picture it more as she really was just being treated like everyone, wrong. Like, I mean, they were...
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you know, we read that statistic last week. Who was it? Kevin Owens, I think, said it, that like 99% of the roster feels misused.
Yeah, she's misused.
A general consensus at this point.
She's misused, but so isn't almost everybody else. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's
people
exactly
like you know, and even Alexa Bliss. Like, she may think like, oh, they're giving Alexa Bliss all this stuff, and she's just this eye candy shit. But you know what? Sasha's had more accolades than Alexa. So I don't know what you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to tell you about that. You know, nobody's being used right. I don't really think it's personal on Sasha. That's the thing. She's taking it personally. I don't think she should take it personally. You know, she should be mad at... I would be mad at the creative as, like, not the creative team, but, like, the creative as a whole with the decision-making. And it's not necessarily as bad as Sasha thinks. I feel like it's just this way all around with everybody. I'm not sure what's going on with Sasha, so I'm not going to get mad because I've said people need to speak up and stand up over there. Hey, Tommy NC called a few minutes ago. Tommy, I would have taken your call, man. Call back if you'd like. I can't wait to hear what the fuck you have to say about this. You fart face.
His freak out with Samson calling and then Terry afterwards.
Oh, yeah, that was a mess.
Yeah, and Corrupted. Well, first on Ken's show, then Corrupted.
It was he got real mad, Tommy did. He was
feisty, to say the least. Tommy was not happy.
Man, he almost I thought he was going to murder somebody. Samson Smalls can be a badass.
He's called into the show for a long time now.
I don't know if anything was more savage on Corrupted than this moment with Leah and Bailey. Listen to this.
Well, here's a question that goes back to a couple questions before. Who would you cast as Ganondorf? Who the hell is that? What? Ganondorf is the...
Oh, you can hear Ken sleeping in the background.
Well, here's a question that goes back to a couple questions before. Who would you cast as Ganondorf? Who the hell is that? What? Ganondorf is the villain in Legend of Zelda. Gotcha.
Oh my god, die.
Wow.
Oh my god! How do you not know that?
Dude, Leah goes, when he says Ganondorf and Justin goes, who the hell's that? You hear Leah go, what?
What?
And then...
Like, set a fire deep inside her.
And then, then she says die.
Well, here's a question that goes back to a couple questions before. Who would you cast as Ganondorf? Who the hell is that? What? Ganondorf is the villain in Legend of Zelda. Gotcha.
Oh my god, die.
Wow.
Oh my god!
It almost sounds like she's growling.
Oh my god,
snoring.
die!
Perfect.
Yeah.
I didn't play Zelda, you cunt.
Oh my what? You didn't play Zelda? Oh
You don't know
my
who
god!
that is.
What do you mean all the shit I give you? About what?
About like
She tells him to go back and play Crash Bandicoot again. Anyway, it's just like, oh my god, dude, that was... Oh god, figure it out, motherfuckers.
Oh, it's Deftones. I felt so bad. I wanted to meet him yesterday, and I didn't get to do it.
Oh, fuck.
Out! Figure it out! Finger it out! Finger it out!
Imagine Vince Sunday afternoon. Listen, Drew, I know what I promised you all week, but we're going with Brock now. It's best for business. Good news is you're gonna get to work a program with my son Shane for the next 5 months. Keep up the good work. Admission tickets.
Admission tickets.
Dude, I don't know. Oh, you didn't hear it last...
Oh, the emojis? Yeah.
Oh, you did hear it.
Yeah, that was insane. And you were just like, admission ticket. Like, everything they went through.
I was dying.
Emojis.
Someone has to clip that video last night. I can't
saw
believe it read all the
6 in the morning.
emojis. It usually would treat that as spam.
Yeah, it just went through every single one.
Party.
God of Phoenix 66, thank you for the $1 super chat tip, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the show. I think you just wanted
as soon as I got into the garage yesterday, there was no service at all. And I'm like, all right.
Call for extension 1.
All right, there we go. I was like, God. But there was no service at all. I'm like, all right, I'm going to try and walk back out because Deftones was like, oh, meet me over here. He was at a different parking garage. And then my phone died. And I'm like, I don't even have the charger with me. Like, I thought we had it in the car. And I sat in the garage for over an hour just with nothing. Like, all right.
I couldn't even get a hold of you.
Fantastic.
I knew your phone had died. I'm like, it always dies when you're in an arena like
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers.
God damn it. How you doing?
I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
God Phoenix.
CM Punk and Neville look like the smartest people on the planet for quitting. Screw this company.
Yeah, they do look pretty smart. A little bit.
CM Punk looks smart. Neville kind of looks like he freaked out.
Neville kind of looks like an angry dwarf. But yeah, I will say, I mean, honestly, CM Punk looks like a mangled-eared fuck. Thank you though for the $10, God Phoenix, and yeah, I mean CM Punk was dead on with it. CM Punk got out right as it started to get real bad too, and then it just went complete downhill.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, hopefully Deftones, I get to meet him at NXT in 2 weeks' time, or not even. It's less than that. It's like 10 days away, isn't it? Something like that. But still, NXT in Bridgeport, and I heard Mustang Man's going to be there too. So if I still have to monetize this title, I'm gonna bring it to good old JD with a banana.
Oh, really? I might be there too.
Yeah. So Mr. Mustang Man and I can take a picture together with the monetize this title. That'll be fantastic, huh?
Put a cat on it, he'll suck it.
Maybe give him a piece of my mind too while we're at it.
Shove a banana up his ass.
No lube.
Oh my god, I got to stick up for Fuentes a little bit because very few people besides Schreiber and Renee can do an interview the way WWE wants. That's just my opinion.
Eric Gonzalez, thank you, my friend. I mean, that's what I'm saying. But but I don't know what there is to stick up for. It's just WWE is garbage. They have a garbage idea of making the interviewers do stuff. But I'm sorry, she still wasn't. It was really weird. I don't know how you
Super.
How do you turn into a robot with that material?
Alexa Bliss drinking coffee. Wish it was my D asterisk asterisk K face with tears of joy.
Oh, he must have done that because I don't think we blank out Dick. Doshi, thank you, man.
Yeah.
Wow. I was doing a lot of.
Blocked.
Somebody said they saw the Twitter. Yeah, I was doing a lot of weird commentary, over the top commentary about Kenny Omega on Twitter earlier today.
Yeah, that's what I referenced earlier. I said you were, really going into it.
I thought it was fun. I was excited. I was like, well, let's just fucking go crazy with shit. So I was going off on Twitter. What else we got? We're like 25 minutes behind.
Yeah. Oh shit.
What if the turkeys hate us? What if they hate us?
Let's go!
What if they killed us and ate our children? What if the turkeys ate us? What if they filleted us? If the turkeys ate us, if they had to hate us, Thanksgiving was a little bit different. Instead, the turkeys ate us. They gobbled us apart. But first they'd eat our nuts, and then they eat our butts. The turkeys ate us. What if the turkeys ate us? What if the turkeys ate us? Yeah, get the turkey over here. Get the turkey over here. Yeah, I grab that
that 24/7 belt and felt myself up. I felt someone else. Instead of mashed potatoes, instead the turkeys ate us.
This just in, Matt the mumbling misfit leaked out news that Cody cuckolds his wife. I hope Chris Jericho doesn't show up to Double or Nothing drunk AF. I seen him in Colorado drunk AF. I'm scared for his health. Fucking pussies. Pack fucks his mum.
Oh my God, John Montgomery, what the fuck, dude? That was wicked funny. I did not read that last line.
Still throwing shade at Matt the Misfit.
Pack fucks his mom. Wow, that was pretty funny, man. That was worth it. That was some funny shit.
Coming at him hard.
Let's play one more, and then we'll break on the donations, and we'll talk a little bit more and take a phone call or two. Oh, that's it, actually. Let's break on that. What else we got, Jakey Poo?
Yeah, we were saying right off the bat, you know, when Raw went live tonight, the final script was still not done.
Read the news.
What's that?
No, you can read it. I'll just be right there. I just need water.
Hearing about that, I mean, the good old WrestleVotes account that said it, but I heard it elsewhere as well. I'm not surprised that they went ahead and had so many issues tonight because they've had so many last minute changes, and it showed. It certainly did show with how things were booked and handled tonight. The issue is that they had so long to build for Money in the Bank, which in a sense hindered them more than it helped them. I figure long-term booking would give them an advantage to tell more stories, but they were able to tell more last night in a 4-hour show than they were, 5 weeks on Raw. But now they have multiple shows coming up back to back. So they have, the Saudi show in 2 weeks' time, and then right after that, they have, the next pay-per-view. So there's a lot that they're going to have to accomplish quickly. But I feel that from what we have booked so far, I mean, the Super Showdown doesn't manage to offer much for fans besides, some fantasy booking. The 50-man Royal Rumble doesn't count for anything that I'm aware of, doesn't have any benefits to it. When Braun won it last year, it didn't mean anything. It wasn't like they got a shot, for anything or, gave them any type of special opportunities or treatments. They were just awarded that silly title. So, and it wasn't even brought up really for bragging rights. We heard more about Titus O'Neil becoming Titus World Slide than Braun winning the damn thing. So really, there was no benefit to, being the victor. And you figure being victorious is what it's all about. We heard more about Shane winning the Best in the World, trophy than Braun's big victory there. So everything's ass backwards. I realize that was a crown jewel, but even still saying, either one of the Saudi shows don't really have that much in terms of repercussions for the main roster shows. So we're getting The Undertaker and Goldberg. We're getting Triple H and Orton for no real reason. And Randy Orton, especially, he's more of a face at this point in time. So putting those two against each other, it's odd right now. I know they have a lot of history between the two that they can market off of, but there's no real reason as to why they need to face each other. I will say that yesterday it was quite funny when poor Ricochet got thrown out of the damn ring and onto the ladder that broke when he landed on his back.
That was horrific.
Randy Orton was sitting by the stairs, and he was sitting on his ass at that point, like he was supposed to be laying down. He sat straight up. Ricochet went through the ladder, and Orton was smiling like a kid on Christmas. And then Ricochet starts rolling around, yelling about his back, and Orton just started laughing like, ah! It just broke me to see Orton freaking out like a giddy child because Ricochet got destroyed.
It's funny you mention that because at one point Orton went out of the ring awkwardly or something, and he almost smashed his head on the ladder that was laying there, sticking out of the ring, I think. And I went, oh my God, he came so close. And if everybody knows, I think by now, that Randy Orton has been injured by foreign objects like so many
and
times.
Stairs and chairs,
like so many times. Like there's like you can make
there's compilations on YouTube.
You can make a million of them. It's like these objects finding him. The funniest ones were the recent one where he walked into the chair and it harpooned him in the stomach.
Yeah.
And WrestleMania when he landed on the monitor with Daniel Bryan, and this would have been right on that list. It was almost happened, dude. It was like
the one where he stepped through the table into the hole.
Yeah.
Where the monitor sits.
Oh my God.
Put his knee through and fell out of the table. There's another one where he tripped and fell too, and he was like,
You know what it reminded? You know what it reminded me of last night though, Jake? It reminded me of fucking Hot Tub Time Machine, where the guy doesn't lose his arm several times, and they're like, oh, here he comes. Oh, like it didn't happen. Like that's exactly what I went. Oh, there goes. Oh, wow, he avoided that. Oh my God, Randy should have hit his head on that. That's what I thought.
Because it was hilarious to see him react. Like he was hiding in the corner because, they're supposed to be sleeping at that point in time. They're injured. They got to lay down. And he just pops up, sits up all of a sudden, starts dying laughing because Ricochet goes through the ladder. And next thing you know, he's just laying back down. And then he did it again for when Finn got, I think, thrown off the ladder at one point. I don't think it was the part with the sunset flip, but... and then when Ali did the Spanish Fly, Orton was laughing again too. So he just kept breaking character to chuckle. It's funny.
Almost like Orton's like, I never had to do that shit. That's funny.
He's like, look at these bastards,
these just fucking idiots,
crash landing.
That is what it's like. It's funny.
My name is Kane, and I'm donating.
Oh my goodness.
Did you see Foley's reaction when he pulled the title out of the bag?
Yeah.
No one gave two shits. You can go back and watch the embarrassment on his face. It's like WWE is trying to do stuff from the Attitude Era, but it's like the Bizarro World version or something.
Oh God, it was so bad, dude. He pulled it out. It was like, what? I don't think people understand how Malibu Al, thank you Malibu Al for the donation. I don't think people understand how funny it is that with the Universal reveal a few years ago, laughing at that to now laughing at this, it is really funny. Listen to this.
Championship title is something you bring here because that's how being a legend is born.
People are like, oh my God, it is the Legends title.
Moment of every single minute of every single hour. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
See, right there, I think people were thinking of the hardcore title too. That's why they were disappointed.
People were on board.
Had the 24/7 rule. So.
They were on board a little bit here. They're on board, and then this happens.
And so it is. With that spirit in mind, may I present to you the newest title in the WWE family. May I have a drum roll, please?
Those drum rolls don't work anymore now. Every time they do them, it's a dud after. Why did this stop?
I thought I couldn't hear it anymore. There we go.
May I present to you the 24/7 title. Any place, anywhere.
They boo. Now they start booing. Then he looks down like, oh no, not again. Vince, I'm never coming out here to introduce a title for you ever again. I'm never doing a title for you ever again. Oh my God. Hold on. Where is it? Where's the fucking Mick Foley unveiling of the Universal title now?
Championship match is.
Yeah, because we had the donation for the ugly belt for a long time.
I've been looking for it.
Oh my God, it's the same thing.
Here it is.
You hear my silly laugh.
Wait for it.
The WWE Universal Championship.
They dubbed people over it.
Yeah.
That's people dubbed over it.
Yep, because in the original people were like, oh.
Yeah, the original people went, oh. Look at the crowd. Ready? This is a still of the crowd during that. These people are all just staring like, what the fuck, and looking around, and people are like, boo, and like, what the fuck is that? And on the thing, it's like, yeah. That's not happening at all. Listen.
No.
And they cut away. That is not happening. It got 11,000 likes, 24,000 dislikes. I wonder what this year's reveal gets so far. Let's see.
I'm curious. Yeah. Drake Maverick said he's on the search for R-Truth. He's ordering at a McDonald's drive-thru, it looks like.
Oh my god.
He's trying to find him for the 24/7 title. See, that could be fun if they do it like this, but we got to see what happens.
Well, listen to this. This is way worse. And by the way, this is uploaded by a fan. That's why the reaction is genuine on this upload compared to the Universal title.
May I present to you the 24/7 title. Now as the...
Oh my god, dude, I'm gonna fucking die. Like...
Give me a hell yeah!
Raw was lackluster. Alexa was looking fine. I wanna fuck her to comes out of her eyeballs.
Oh my god.
Tommy
NC. What?
He said it. Trailbound said it too. He said he thought it was going to be the 24/7 Extreme title belt.
No,
the Extreme would be that it would, be anywhere as long as you have a ref 24/7. But it ends up just being the 24/7 title. But he was like, maybe a TV title, and I was like, no,
No, see, TV, no, because there's too many belts. There's no way.
Yeah.
That's why I said no to that right away.
Yeah, but through his possibilities. But he even said, the 24/7 title, and it's like, it could be fun, but I like the idea of Drake Maverick hunting R-Truth, and going to drive-thrus and silly locations and people trying to, get one up on each other. And that's what I used to enjoy about the, hardcore title when they did the silly stuff. So long as it's just not overly cartoonish, I'll enjoy it.
I am looking for the old donation sound of the Ugly Championship right now.
That was...
Oh, wait a minute, this might be it. The champ is... No, that's John Cena.
The champ is... The champ is...
That was an old, different donation. I'm still looking for it.
Yeah, because you had gotten rid of the donation because we had new ones come in, but...
Yeah, people started to hate that one, too. It was so loud and shit. That was the main problem. It was
my awful laugh halfway through.
Trying to figure out what it was called.
It was the Ugly Donation, I believe what it was called. It was 555, I think.
Oh, maybe I titled it 555 because I can't find it.
Because it was under Ugly Donation.
I thought it was, under Ugly Donation, and I can't
Ugly Title. It. Yeah, sorry, Ugly Title. Yeah, and that was the...
That's too bad. I can't see it. Everybody remembers it, though. I mean, I think.
It's the same as last time.
That's the same as the, oh, give me a break.
Yeah.
That was fucking funny. Maybe it's one of these ones that, like... Oh, that's not that.
I fell into a trap with WWE because they genuinely said they wanted to correct the sins of the past.
I found it. Here it is. Listen, this is genuine right here. This is not only genuine, but this is also from a person that was actually in the crowd. Listen to this.
Universal Championship. Oh, that looks the same as... Oh, give me a freaking break.
That was his actual reaction while watching Raw.
Yeah, that was at SummerSlam.
Oh, really? That was SummerSlam?
Yeah, that's when they unveiled the title before the match.
I totally forgot.
Brooklyn.
Universal Championship. Oh, that looks the same as... Oh, give me a freaking break.
You know what you should do?
But I fell into the trap of them, thinking that they were going to give the briefcase to, make new stars. And I was like, all right, with Bayley, they have the instant cash-in, which they seem to do for the women's. It felt like, the last year and this year.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now we don't have the same allure with Lesnar having it. He's not going to be around as often, so it loses that magic. And I wanted to see somebody kind of hold on to the briefcase for a long time and tease it over and over again. So now 3 years running, it's been piss poor choices. Baron. And that was the thing, like Bayley didn't have to wait for Charlotte to stand up, but Baron Corbin had to wait for Jinder Mahal to stand up, and they change it as they need to for their rules.
This is dead, dude. They've killed the fun of fucking Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Like I said that for like 2 years now, the women win it right away, so the women, it's all out the window. And Braun was an idiot, so they've actually hurt Money in the Bank now. Like,
and Baron Corbin lost it before then too. So I
Yeah.
mean, we haven't had a decent run with it in a long time, and Brock's not going to be there often. And imagine Brock's thing. Do you see him really cashing in? I am just for some reason envision them going where he ends up making a match at some point. I bet you he's going to tease it every now and again, and then eventually he'll cash it in for a match. I could see them doing something like that.
I want to show you our truce tweet in a minute, and this is why I wanted this title. This is why I wanted the 24/7 belt, and I'll show you why in a minute. But listen to this, real quick.
24/7 title.
Ready?
The 24/7 title.
I had to do that once. Let me get back to
everybody. What a crowd today. Jesse, go ahead and spin the wheel. You got 2 chances. You got supposed to get.
fucking now. The Price is Right is playing. Fuck you. I'll never accept you, Drew Carey. You Hall of Fame 4-eyed piece of garbage. I don't believe you in anything you do. You're no Bob Barker. Goddammit. It was a sub. NASCAR fan, what up, bro? Thanks for subbing to the Joe Cronin Show. We'll be live tomorrow after SmackDown. And we're continuing tonight to talk about WWE Raw and what you guys thought of the championship. We'll continue doing that and take phone calls in a few minutes. And continue with a couple of these donations.
Man. Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no.
Renee Young's oohing and ahhing sounds like she's getting banged in her booty by Lexington Steel. What fool thinks she's a good commentator?
Well, Renee Young's oohing and ahhing. Yeah, no, I mean, God Phoenix, Renee Young, obviously great as the opening pre-show person. And yeah, she is awful on commentary, but so isn't everybody. Everybody is terrible. Dude, I'd rather have Booker T back because at least he's funny. Like, oh man, did you see that? He got funned up. Like, I'd rather have him than fucking... Ooh, oh, 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 AKY, what up, man? Thanks for subbing to the channel. Welcome to the party here on the Joe Cronin Show. Hit that like button if you can. Let's see if we can get 300 likes, because fuck it. I want 300 likes. That makes me wet.
Super Chat Party.
And my basement's getting damp.
Joe vs. Bear Vince the Man XXX trailer on BOTCHCLUB.
Oh my god. First of all, Botch Club's video with me the other day did really well. I think he's up to 21,000 followers on Instagram now. Check out Botch Club on Instagram. Do it now, and you will see my fighting with the bear up on Botch Club getting tens of thousands of views. And then you guys can go in the comment section and laugh at everybody making fun of me who doesn't even know who I am. It's really funny. Thank you, Botch Club, for supporting me with that and the donation. And Botch Club on Instagram is hot right now. It's getting hot in my basement.
Super chat. Who's gonna win the Goldberg-Undertaker match?
Oh, God. Everybody who
The
does...
Saudis.
The Saudis are going to win. Yeah, that's the
Their
answer.
paychecks.
I don't know who's going to win it, man.
Brock found the fix for
Undertaker.
not getting his UFC money.
Oh, shit!
He just asked Vince to bend over, and AEW's loss is your gain.
Wow, Brock found the fix for not getting his UFC money. That's no doubt. Wow. AEW's loss is your gain.
I could certainly picture him being like, well, I'm not going to UFC now, and you don't want me going anywhere else, because his contract was up. You know, he just had specific dates that he could sign for, so God knows what they had him to.
I mean, it's true. It's true, man. Bill, you're right. I mean, hey, Bill Mitchell dropping a hot $50. A hot $50 super chat. Make some noise in the chat for our buddy Bill Mitchell for that one. Holy shit, Bill. What the frig? That's a beast drop on a Monday Night Raw. Where's the $50 hairs? $50 from Bill Mitchell. Where is Bill in the chat? Everybody give him some love in the chat. That is hot, man. Sound the alarms, dude. That is epic. Where's Tommy? Tommy, did you hear that? Jesus, Tommy. Why would you do that?
Go sit on a dildo.
Why can't you just be nice to Bill Mitchell, who gave $50 of his hard-earned money to the show to fund what we do here? Dude, that was insane. Come on, Tommy.
Fuck you!
Oh, Tommy, you mean pants. You're a meanie pants, Tommy. I don't like that. Stop it. Come on, man. Thank you, Bill. That's awesome, man.
Shit bomb.
Holy shit.
How much of a problem do you have with WWE doing these big shows in Saudi? Do you think WWE will stop after contract is up? Probably not, but it is so gross to me that they do business with the country after the Crown Prince orders murdering of journalists.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I already talked about this in length before. I don't like it. You can make an argument that America does some pretty fucked up shit, though. So it's kind of like, well, you know, what do we do? I mean, really, we do. We just do it in quiet. But, yeah, it is a little bit messed up, but at the same time, it doesn't bother me that much. I'm not outraged like everybody else is 100%. I'm not surprised by it, you know? So I don't think it's a good look for them, but it's too much money. They have to say yes. It's so much money that they don't care. They're going to say yes. So, and I'm not going to get outraged about it because I just see it as kind of like extra shows. I just see it as extra shows. You know, what are they going to do? You know, not go there? Yeah, they're weird. Everybody's weird. But if WWE was going to protest this, they'd have to protest a lot of things. They'd have to say we're not doing this show, that show, and this show, and that show. We're not going to do a show in Michigan anymore. Because in Flint, Michigan, people, the water's fucking poisoned for years. So now you're going to go do a show in Flint, Michigan? What do you think about that? What do you think about the water supply being poisoned in America? What do you think about some places being more condemned than third world countries? And the WWE goes to those states and gives money to the corporations and politicians of those states. So is WWE going to stop doing shows in Michigan and other places? Because if you're going to live by the same logic, then they should do that. So that's why I'm not like, while I did say like what happened in Saudi was fucked up and that place is fucked up, I think a lot of shit's fucked up. And if you're going to set the standard that, you know, because of human rights and other things, you're not going to do certain things, then you're basically left doing nothing.
Yeah, you can't pick and choose.
Yeah, and listen, I obviously Saudi Arabia is different than us, and I have some Saudi Arabian listeners. You guys are, you know, we have a bit of different values and some very different thoughts on things.
Yeah, a lot of different outlooks that don't line up.
You can easily paint America as evil and murderous and things like that too. And while I think that we are the better of the two because I live in America, you know, at the same time, it's hypocritical in a way. So what they did to the journalists is disgusting and horrific and just awful. And at the time, you know,
I mean, that was just the icing on the cake as far as human rights violation goes over there.
Why does Lars Sullivan get fined $100,000, but you know, WWE doesn't say to Saudi Arabia like, "Hey, we're not fucking, you know, this can't happen or we can't do business." You know, and they kind of did in a way because then they stopped saying Saudi Arabia. Now are they back? I think they're back to saying it, right?
I haven't heard them say Saudi. I just heard them say Super Showdown.
Really?
I haven't heard it say in Saudi or anything. I just heard Super Showdown.
Because that's kind of the punishment. Remember that? That was the punishment was, oh God, don't say Saudi Arabia anymore.
Yeah, because the first show was so pro-Saudi. Remember they had all those vignettes and, oh, look, the women are driving finally and we're progressive and we're making changes. And then the second show, it was like, we're live here at
Jeddah.
Crown Jewel.
They were like Jeddah something and Crown Jewel. Yeah, they really played it down. So there was a little bit of fallout from the presentation to the world audience, but you know, I don't know what to say. That's a whole political debate. I guess we'd have to get into later. And I'm not saying I know the answer. I don't know. I wasn't happy at the time. I was angry that they were going to go there, but at the same time, when you take a step back, they'd have to really pull the plug on a lot of shows if you wanted to not be have a double standard.
Here we go. I'm about to get it, man. Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no.
The 24/7 championship looks like my dog took a massive dump on it, then puked on it. The design looks so unoriginal. The show gets out of 10.
Luis Antonio Alejandro, thank you very much for the $5, man. Damn. He gave it a goddamn 0.5. That's savage. 0.5. See, I would argue that the wrestling alone at least put it to a 2. You know what I mean? At least I would have thought at a 2 or a 3.
Even closer to a 3. I mean, there were some good moments.
There were some like decent little things. And again, show's 3 hours. If this show's a 2-hour show and put together, maybe it's a little bit better. Who knows, though? They can't even... There's so much they could do with 3 hours that I feel like every week they don't do it. They could do things to keep the show rolling. There's been weeks where the show was bad, but I've praised the pacing. That's how I know that they still know how to do that. Because even though the decision-making was bad, the matches weren't always the best, there were weeks where it was like the pacing was well done. It very rarely, but a couple times, where it was like, tonight wasn't good, but I didn't fall asleep, and that's because
3 hours didn't feel like 3 hours.
It didn't. And tonight was one of those nights where
a lot of things stunk, but it went by quickly.
Yeah, it kind of went by quickly tonight a little bit. This wasn't.
I didn't care for the intro, with Brock and then having both champions come out. I know they were trying to say, "Oh, look at this! He can cash in at anyone, and then on anyone at any point in time." All right, we got you, but it just wasn't believable, and it was kind of the same old junk. So okay, and then everything that happened with Braun and Sammy that lasted less than a minute. That was, I think, 45 seconds altogether. Sami Zayn, he sets up for the haluva kick, and then Strowman just destroys him with a clothesline, gets the power slam, and that's it. One Lucha House Party come out when we were going to get an interview from Lars. I was hoping we finally got to hear Lars speak. I was more intrigued to hear what he had to say. So I was disappointed that we had to just see the Lucha House Party get destroyed quickly. I thought that was a real step back. So far, the first hour is a big miss. Then we get Cesaro's new entrance. That's okay. At least they're trying to do something with him. Him and Ricochet put on a decent, quick match. It was good. It wasn't great, but it had a few nice spots to it.
I like
Ricochet
that one thing about the commentary.
So
I like the commentary that they actually said, like, Ricochet made a mistake with maybe, he really shouldn't be in a match after what happened last night, and so that was kind of why he lost, I guess.
Yeah, and Cesaro goaded him into it by, telling him to man up, basically, like not complain about being beat up from the night before. And then everything that happened with Reigns and Shane, again, huge miss here because Roman's retorts are disgustingly pathetic. Shane was okay on the mic because he said, how dare you hit my father? How could you do that? How could you hit a defenseless old man knowing that we knew he attacked Shane's father, or Mrs., excuse me. So, it's funny and obviously that's what he's getting at. But Roman's retorts are just ridiculously painful to listen to. Excuse me. He makes, himself look so cringy. He needs help and can't always rely on saying ass or bitch. Again, we've said it so many times before, but I was hoping during his time off, maybe, filming the movie with The Rock, he can get some, promo work in, some promo classes. But it didn't work out that way. And what did he call him, a spoiled rich kid? I think he said that 3 times. And that was, and then he said he's gonna kick his ass. Anybody that gets in with Roman says, Roman kicked my ass. Whoopie-doo. That was it. So, yet again, Drew McIntyre gets held back at the wayside because he's going to be helping Shane going forward. So we don't get to see any type of decent push for McIntyre. And no one gives a shit about Roman and Shane facing each other. So we're still kind of hurting here. Then we get into the Usos, the Revival. Fantastic match. This is what tag team wrestling should be week in and week out. We even got a nice "This is awesome" chant from the fans when they were trading near falls. A lot of super kicks and falls finishes, but still really good match. That's kind of what you come to expect from the Usos. And Dawson rolls up Jimmy to get the win by holding the tights. So I hate that Michael Cole's got to constantly bring up the Usi hot and the back shaving, and like he brought that up more than even the pre-cap when they had the little vignette beforehand.
Yeah.
It's like, just let that go and just focus on what's going on in the ring. Those silly, stupid angles don't even need to exist. One of the highlights for me that I thought was great was backstage, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross are talking, and she's basically, being contradicting in one sense, but very condescending as well towards Nikki Cross. And Alexa's like, you did a good job, but you didn't get it done. So she's being very condescending and mean. And then the Revival run out, and they're all pumped and excited and celebrating. They're doing the Santino, trumpet thing. And one of the two of them that was so amped up, he spits all over himself and Alexa. It was great.
Dude, I got tweeted so many times about something about someone spitting on Alexa, and I was watching on my cell phone because, as you know, my 75-inch TV is broken, so everyone's in the living room upstairs watching TV. So the only way for me to watch is on a tablet or my computer screen, but it's hot, and I wanted to lay down on the leather couch in the basement where it's cool. So I've got the cell phone propped up on a table over there. So I never noticed that he spit.
Oh, yeah.
On somebody.
I think it was Wilder.
That sucks.
He had spit come down his face, and it was hanging off his face. He had this big glob, and it went all over Alexa's arm. And it looked like them interacting with those two was not planned. Like they just kind of barged into the promo because Nikki Cross kept laughing like she wasn't supposed to. So that's what made it feel like, she was kind of breaking the fourth wall per se. Like, she was kind of corpsing, and it was.
Well,
it was
she's
just
a new
really,
Nikki now too. That's not Nikki anymore.
Yeah, I get that, but it seemed out of character even for her. Like she was kind of laughing like she wasn't supposed to, like reacting to them too. So, but the way they stormed the women's segment was hilarious. It was just so over the top and silly. So. But in a non-cartoonish way. It was funny.
It was actually good. I gotta watch it.
Bray had new merch yesterday at the Money in the Bank show. It's got the cartoon avatar of him holding a chainsaw that says "Let Me In" on it. It was really cool. It's like a bright, I believe, green shirt that I saw there. I don't know if it comes in other colors, but tonight we got more of that with the "Let Me In" with all the kids that had "Let Me In" written on their face. It's obviously getting more dark. From what I heard, we're not going to see him debut for quite some time still, especially with his child just being born. We're going to keep seeing the vignettes for a while, and they're going to have other things build up in the meantime. You're going to see people getting toyed with in the back and things like that happen. As we said, Sami Zayn being hung upside down. He's going to toy with everybody without being seen. I think that's their plan going forward. So,
yeah, he's going to be Batman.
Yeah, pretty much hiding in the darkness and stringing people up. So the Alexa Bliss talk show wasn't bad. Becky sounded better there than she had in some previous instances. So Bliss, obviously teasing her that she's no longer Becky Two Belts, and the Iconics coming out worked decently. The tag match that they had was okay. It was fun. It brought a bit of brevity to the show, but it worked. It wasn't a clusterfuck. It was quick. I think it was like 6 minutes all in all. And obviously, Becky, Nikki, and Alexa win without Alexa actually really having to get involved. So after that, we had Mick announce the 24/7 title. The crowd didn't care for that. I thought EC3 might have actually had a chance at one point to grab the belt, and I was like, oh, that could be... Nope, he's not getting it. He got thrown out to the side. So I wish they didn't do the whole scramble angle with it, like the XFL scramble. I wish they did, like you said, a ladder match or even a battle royal, something, but crappy concept for a shit belt. I guess that's kind of how it works. Then we had Drew McIntyre and The Miz. This was a good match. So, again, this is the second really good match we got besides the tag match. It was enjoyable and, again, worth our time. Wasn't bad. And then we got into the main event, and that was okay as well. It all, led down to Brock showing up and teasing the cash-in. And, of course, he just walks away, as we stated before. Brock disappears, and it's infuriating. I'm curious if he'll be on SmackDown, though I doubt it. And from there, who knows when we'll see him again. I know we'll see him at the Super Showdown, but besides that, on Raw or SmackDown TV, I don't think he's going to be a staple. So,
I would
definitely give the show a 4, maybe even a 4.5. there was some decent wrestling, and as you mentioned, the pace was pretty quick. Nothing dragged on too long. Some of the things were frustrating, but
I don't think it was the best tonight, but it was more of the faster pace thing. But I did fall asleep, like I said, and I don't know if that's them. It could have been me. I was out a lot today outside while also coming in here and recording stuff for Patreon and things like that. I was up late with Game of Thrones. The last episode of Game of Thrones fucked me up so bad that I just decided to go back and watch the first 3 episodes last night after it, and I couldn't sleep. And I was like, all right.
Yeah, a lot of people are really upset. And
I mean, I'm not even that mad. I'm not even that mad about Game of Thrones. I'm just kind of like a little unsatisfying, kind of. It's kind of like it ends, and you're like, all right, I'm a little... all right, I'm unsatisfied. It reminds me of WWE. It's almost like if you watched an amazing thing for like 90% of the time, and then at the end when they were finally, after like 11, whatever how many years this has been, 8 years or whatever, after 8 years they're like, all right, here's that ending you were looking for, but Vince McMahon wrote it. You're like, no, it was good the way it was. No. But anyway, whatever. We won't get into that. It just is what it is. But it reminded me of WWE, and I'm like, I see this every Monday. That's what I said. I said that to Leah and all these other people watch Game of Thrones. I said, I've seen this. I see this every Monday, where they just do things. I get it. Like, this is hilarious. Like, oh my God, it's bleeding into Game of Thrones now. What the fuck? Because I used to say to people, dude, look at Game of Thrones. We used to actually use Game of Thrones as an example. Like, look at how good this writing is. And look at how good this shit is, and WWE doesn't stand a chance and stuff like that. This, like, the last season was literally, like, I was like, I'm watching WWE again.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when you hear that they wanted, originally, I guess, they wanted 13 seasons, then 11, then 10.
Yep.
And it just
and then they wanted 10 episodes this season, even 10 this season, 10 episodes.
Yeah.
It's just,
and they just want to go and get paid more by Disney for Star Wars. So
yeah, we got to get out of here. Star Wars is here. We're out. Later. Mm-hmm. Write the book, you fucking cocksucker. Let me play a couple of those.
The 24/7 is basically a jobber title.
I mean, Whisper Zeta, what up? Yeah, I mean, kind of it is. But yeah, that's what it was always supposed to be. Even when
so was the hardcore title. It just gave people, different things to focus on.
Yeah.
Party.
I like it, but...
If Legends can win the 24/7 title, this means Kevin Nash can win it, then break another hip.
Yep.
Or maybe The Rock wins it, then throws it in the river, rip face with tears of joy.
Imagine, like, somebody, like, wins it, and they jump on a yacht, and they drive out into the water, and they're like, no one's ever going to find me out here, and someone shows up on scuba gear.
So that's the kind of crazy shit that you and I would write in. I would have somebody parachute, from a plane being chased. Like I would try and go nuts with it. If you're gonna go over the top, go full over the top. If you want to keep it based in reality and realism, then you can do it another way. But
I don't know.
The empty title would have got a bigger reaction.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it would have. It did last night. So many people walked up to me. They're like, "What is that?" And I explained, "Oh, that's a YouTube show." I was standing in line, and this big gentleman behind me, he kept calling Danny Mama, and she was chuckling, but she was wearing the belt, and he was like, "What is that, by the way?" So I explained the show, and that I'm the champ at this point in time. He's like, "That's awesome. That's awesome. That is a nice belt." But I had people all night asking about the belt. They're like, "What is that? Is that a new thing?" I was like, "Oh no, it's for YouTube, and I'm a co-host." And we went on and on, and people were like, "That is awesome." Some random people just wanted to take a picture of the belt. So
that's crazy. There's
it was a bit of a hit though.
That's awesome, man. It's so cool that you got it in time to take that, to Money in the Bank. I'm surprised more people. I'm surprised.
Well, Tommy sent it out right away. Good. I
told everybody
many
he would.
Times over. My issue was that because I had gifts stolen for Danny's Christmas years back from the porch, so they have it here with the postal service that we're supposed to sign for stuff now.
Yeah.
And my house has a letter attached to it, so it's there's and they view the letter as a number at times, and things get just screwed over. So I guess right when I left after we filmed last Wednesday's show, they went ahead, tried to deliver it, and I had already left, so they left one of those stickers. So I went the next day to pick it up, and they tried to deliver it again. Excuse me, it was Thursday. And so Friday, I went to the post office. They're like, "Oh, it's back out for delivery." I came back home. There was another "Sorry we missed you" sticker. So I called the post office. They held it, and I picked it up Saturday morning.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but as one of the donators mentioned before, Vince is trying to make the third hour of Raw a bit grittier going forward. Again, we talked about earlier on the show, throwing everything against the wall and seeing what sticks. The lights were darkened, the graphics were highlighted black instead of red, and apparently Vince wants to have Raw approach a more gritty aspect for the third hour of the show. And this is one of the ways he's going to try and combat viewership being lower, is making things a little more aggressive in the third hour. So
really,
yeah, that's interesting. We'll
it
see
didn't
what
appear to
happens
be
with
that gritty tonight, though. I mean, did it?
No, but I guess the graphics change, the lights change, and he wants to try a few things with matches and stuff going forward. So,
well, that's very interesting. I wonder, but I always feel like he says, stuff like this, but then it just
doesn't happen. Doesn't come to fruition. That's for sure.
Yeah, unless it's a bad idea, then it seems to always come to fruition.
Then it stays for a long time.
Look at that belt.
And
man.
also another thing said, I know there was some heat on a referee by Vince McMahon, in particular for spots that you and I would not notice, quite frankly. There was one during the break and one early on in the match where Vince was not happy during the Revival and the Usos tag match. This is coming from Fightful. It says, I thought the match was good. I thought that whatever it was, I didn't notice because it didn't hurt the match at all. But apparently Vince was really ticked off with the referee from that tag match. And there were many different referee screw-ups at Money in the Bank last night that we were talking about before.
Yeah.
So Vince was really on the referees. I thought that some clarification, but in a cage match, there was no rope break. I know in a no DQ match that there is a rope break still. There's just no disqualification if you don't break the hold.
When he put his leg on the rope, I went, what? Like, what the hell's going on? Like,
yeah, because they stopped the count, and the audience groaned, and there was even a "you fucked up" chant. And then, as we talked about, the ref not counting for Lacey, not standing up Charlotte when Becky cashed in, people noted. There was something else as well. Dave Meltzer was saying that the referee's making mistakes, that it was so obvious it wasn't part of the scripting. It was them on the show. There was a second time in a row that it was done. There was both screw-ups. And then he feels that some of it was actually part of the match, but I don't know. It just seemed like it was really odd with them messing certain things up. And, there was, just like Ronda's, botched finish at Mania, and we saw that referee get fined, so.
Yeah,
they can't get themselves together at times.
It was just amazing how much the referees were just a mess last night. Let me try to take a call here real quick because I got to run real quick to grab something, but I don't want to leave you hanging. 856, what up?
Hey, what's up? This is Luke Rojas.
Luke
Hey,
Rojas,
Luke?
you're the perfect man to take over for 5 minutes while I run and do something with Jake.
Yes.
Yeah,
All
baby.
Right, so what'd you think of Raw tonight, Mr. Rojas?
It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, so that's good.
It wasn't complete and utter torture. Yeah.
Hey, I have a question, Jake. Is Renee Young supposed to be heel?
I don't know. I think they all are just very flippant. They change. That's the thing. Their roles are interchangeable because they say certain things, and then you hear Corey rooting against the face, then he's rooting against the heel, and they kind of alternate. It is odd. So, because she was against Lucha House Party tonight, which was really odd because they were supposed to be the faces.
She was making me laugh because she was saying shit under her breath. She's like, what the hell when they're not when the music starts playing, and they're like, it's the Lucha House Party. And she's like, why?
Yeah, and she was crapping on them.
And then she was shitting on the Usos. She's like, why don't you guys go get a life or something? She sounded like she was about to get into a Joe Cronin heel promo or something.
It kind of felt like that at times. I caught that myself tonight. It is, that's one of the issues because they don't have defined roles. So they can't even pick which rules they want to follow. I mean, one of the things that bothers me that I mentioned briefly before was Charlotte, saying that every title's 24/7 when you have the Flair name. I thought that she was so against that. I thought that's what she was trying to, separate herself from. And she bitched out ESPN for saying that she's Ric Flair's daughter and, all these different things. I don't know. It's just ridiculous when you have that stuff.
She might not even be saying it. It might be someone like writing that for her because she's so robotic when she talks. Like, you have to think that somebody's like, we've got to get Flair in there. And also because her dad's in the hospital too. So you think you want to like pay to him. But like, yeah, I get what you mean. Like, bringing it up all the time is that you're a Flair. I mean, you've won basically 10 championships at this point. You don't need to rely on your last name anymore. Now you can say it's always 24/7 for a 10-time champion. I just don't get it. Like, when did Flair's become a 24-hour champion thing? Like even that doesn't make sense because like Ric Flair wasn't known for defending his title all the time. He was known for being like a fucking like a partier, like this rich dude. At least that's what I knew of him. So like even that doesn't make any sense what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm losing my mind because I watch too much wrestling.
Well, I mean, hey, can't hurt it, when you you get overloaded on wrestling. You can succumb to the madness at times. Also reading here, Mick Foley said that I think the crowd was hoping for the return. I mean, this is on a side note, but we brought this up all night, so I wanted to address this really quick. Stanley Sprouse on Twitter tagged me in it. He said, Mick Foley said, I think the crowd was hoping for the return of the classic hardcore title. And he said, I felt like I came up pretty short on that promo. No one's fault but my own. So that's a bit interesting, and that kind of correlates with what I said as well, because
Mick
the
Foley,
24/7 rule was for the hardcore title. So
Mick Foley has just had bad luck with revealing championship belts. You have the Universal title, nobody like that. You have this belt that looks like the WBC like boxing title.
Yeah.
But it's like first of all, they botched it anyway because you could see it out of the bag because like Mick accidentally like slipped it during one of the backstage breaks or whatever, and then and then before he even revealed it, like the title was basically hanging out of the bag, so you knew it was going to be some kind of awful looking design.
Yeah.
And then like, I mean, I was kind of excited for a hardcore title because I like those types of Extreme Rules matches, and I was hoping to get more championships centered around that. But then again, this is a good way to like Joe said, like you said earlier, it's a good way for jobber talents to do something and to have something fun for their YouTube channel. But it like that title, it's not supposed to look good. That's what I think a lot of people are misconstruing about it. Like everybody's like, whoa, the title looks ugly. It's not really supposed to look good. It's supposed to look like a hunk of shit because what you're competing for is basically the hunk of shit title that nobody cares about besides like Titus O'Neil.
And you're not wrong. I mean, it does certainly look like a hunk of shit, especially for the jobbers. It fits. Awonddy just posted a picture saying WWE is introducing a new title in Saudi called the 9/11 Championship. He changed the 24/7 9/11, so I got to retweet that. But yeah, I mean, it does look like a hunk of shit. That's for sure. I don't mind the green strap, but the yellowish gold. I mean, even on the side plates too, with the lights hitting it. It just the way the champion follows under the half, curve at the bottom of the title, and it just looks really cheap and chintzy. It looks like a dollar store title.
I actually kind of liked it only because it looked like an older title they would use in the Attitude Era. Like it kind of reminded me of the old light heavyweight championship.
Yeah,
do you remember
I don't mind the oval shape. I just don't like the placement of the champion letters. The spacing of it being at the bottom like that. And I think if it was white there, I think, at least, or even if it did just black etching, I mean, it just, the yellow and green contrast is not a good fit.
It kind of looks like one of those fake titles you'd see on a YouTube, like on Up, Up, Down, Down.
That kind of thing.
Like it doesn't look like a real championship, which it's not really supposed to be.
It has the same look as the Money in the Bank briefcase too, that green and yellow. So
now we have 10. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Now we have 11 championships on the main roster.
Yeah, I mean, there was too many to begin with. And with the briefcase, I mean, a few people tweeted it out, but Wrestling News .co just said Brock Lesnar will return to Raw next week with plans to cash in his briefcase. So, said Lesnar was confronted, obviously, by Rollins and by Kofi Kingston. Heyman said that he and Lesnar would return next week, and they will announce who Lesnar will cash in against. Presumably, Lesnar will be cashing in at the Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia. So if that's the case, it's exactly like I called it. He'll cash in, he'll face Seth at Super Showdown, and let's see if he'll win the belt. I don't think so, though, because you have at the following pay-per-view, what do we say, Stomping Ground or whatever the hell it's called, we have Seth taking on Baron Corbin. So I know plans can change, but it doesn't seem like that's the case.
You've got to be careful when it comes to Brock making your predictions, because nobody thought that Brock was going to win at Crown Jewel, and he won it back. So, like, that's why I just think
that is a great point.
So I just think, why waste the Money in the Bank because now it's officially, the Money in the Bank thing is done. I mean, Baron, he failed to cash it in. You had James Ellsworth win the first ever women's one, and then you had Braun Strowman act like a fucking mongoloid with his and do nothing with it. And then
the
you
year
had
before, Dean Ambrose won and cashed in the same night as well, I believe.
Yeah, so we've effectively really not had any men, like even Sheamus, when he won his in 2015, he only held it for a few months, and then he cashed in and he only held the championship for a month. Not even.
Yeah, I mean, it's not been a great go of it for a while. So, and the thing that kills me with all this is they didn't need Lesnar to have the briefcase for him to say, I want a rematch. I know they don't have guaranteed rematches, but he could still say, I'm going to they don't even need a reason. They could just say, look at that. It's Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins, and they could have had Drew or Ali or anybody else hold on to the fucking briefcase. Lesnar did not need the Money in the Bank to get a match for the Universal title.
Well, I have a question. I have two questions. One, did anyone bring up the fact that, anybody backstage or any of the superstars or even Triple H, they bring up the fact that Brock Lesnar just seemingly entered a match whenever he wanted to?
No, that's one of the things that, Sonya, helped out Mandy by carrying her up the ladder, and people were kind of groaning about that in the arena. Well, wait until Brock shows up and just enters the match without... It'd be different if Sami Zayn came out and all right, well, at least he was scheduled to be in the match. Yeah, he hasn't been there the whole time, but, Carmella came back out after getting injured by Mandy. All right, that kind of thing. But Brock wasn't ever in the match. So how come nobody came out tonight and said, well, you didn't exactly win the briefcase. You took it down, but now we're going to have to do another Money in the Bank match, but we will give you a Universal title match because you're Lesnar and we'll blow you. They could have done something like that even. It's just baffling that they let him do what he wants in theory. I mean, I know it's all storyline, but that's their idea. Just let him go out, flip over a ladder and climb up and grab it. Ali even said on Twitter, oh, that's the most wrestling he's done all this year, climbing a ladder.
And what was strange even more is that they implied that Brock Lesnar had nothing really to do with beating up Sami Zayn in the back. At least that's what I got from it. He's like, no, we didn't beat up Sami Zayn. He was just beat up. Brock Lesnar capitalized on that moment. So that confused me. I was like, oh, so are they setting up some kind of mystery whodunit angle who attacked Sami Zayn?
Yeah, it seems like from what I'm reading too is that, they're going to do more with Bray Wyatt attacking people randomly.
That's what I thought for a second, and then I realized, I just don't get it. And Sammy barely even mentioned it either. He went. It's like all the stuff that happened yesterday happened, but it didn't really happen. AJ and Seth had no real interaction with each other after a really, really good match. I thought that was good to watch live.
It was an excellent match, and then we thought that AJ was going to turn on Seth as well.
That's
he
what I
stepped
thought
back into the ring, and I was like, oh, here we go. And even with him not turning yet, at least it kind of gives you that will he, won't he thing to look forward to. So when he does finally give up enough, it's interesting and gives you something to look forward to. But yeah, I mean, as you said, there's just no fallout. There's no real reaction. As even Roman said, well, I'm done with Elias. I'm done with, and that's kind of the thing. Miz lost, so now Miz and Shane are done. Okay, good. I wanted them to be done, but still, like you said, there's just no acknowledgement. There's no finishing the angle.
Yeah, Miz didn't even really lose because he got what he wanted in the end, which was to beat this shit out of what's his name, Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
I had a brain fart there. And he got what he wanted. He beat the shit out of him. All Shane McMahon did was escape the cage, and there was no championship or stakes on the line. So, like, that's what I don't get about the whole steel cage match. Is, like, if you're going to do a steel cage match, you need to have at least some kind of stakes on the line. It can't just be a grudge match. Because
or if there is nothing on the line, then get rid of the escape thing. If you're having the cage so that you don't want any outside interference, then make it so you can't escape. Make it a simple padlock the door and make it a blood feud. And people say, well, that's what a Hell in a Cell is for. But I mean, there's other ways around it. Especially with Shane just trying to run out the entire time. It really kind of took away from, the first time. All right, we got you, but it just kept happening, and it just impeded progress in the match.
And what's really weird is that's, like, I guess they're still feuding. Because the Miz backstage is like, we're not over, by the way. Me and you, we're going head-to-head again. So I'm assuming they're probably going to do something at Stomping Ground, whatever that pay-per-view's called.
Yeah, that might be more likely because at the Super Showdown, we've got Shane and Roman, obviously.
Just hopefully this feud doesn't drag out all the way to SummerSlam. Like,
it feels like that's what's happening.
Yeah, like, I like this feud because it's like the only feud that actually has a consistent, like, tone. Like, it isn't 1 week the two are friends, and then, like, the next week they don't like each other, and then the next week they respect each other, and then the next week they're tag teaming with each other, and the next week they're turning on each other, which, like, a lot of these feuds have turned into. Like,
yeah, they force them to be teammates, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, they make them more complicated than they need to be. This feud has been pretty simple, which is what I like about it. It kind of reminds me of, like, an older Attitude Era feud, like when Kurt Angle and Shane McMahon. Definitely not on the scale of that, but it has that sort of feeling that these two actually are rivals and actually in a blood feud, which is something that you don't get usually. But I mean, there's not really. Did you see the Firefly Funhouse skit again?
Yes. Tonight's, yeah.
I was pretty disappointed by it.
Were you? See, I enjoyed it. I think people were gonna have a hard time with it because it was shorter. But I appreciate what they're trying to do. They're really pushing in his new catchphrase, let me in, let him in. And they're showing how warped it is with the children looking crazy and miserable and having their faces with the wording on it. So they're really trying to make him look very sinister and evil.
I think that, like, they can do this a few more weeks with the because they're running out of time with the what's it called, backstage vignettes or whatever.
Yeah,
because they need to actually jump on it soon, because the more and more vignettes
hope it doesn't keep trailing on, but
I mean, they're the only good things really. Like, the most everybody talks about them now, which is kind of surprising. Everybody, like, 6 weeks ago or whatever, when they first saw that this is what they were doing with Bray Wyatt, there was some people like you and me were like, this is great. It's wacky. It's something different, and it's creative. And there was other people who were, like, full-blown shitting on it, not giving it a chance.
It. They absolutely despised it.
And now despise me. Now 6 weeks later, it's like the number one thing on WWE. Everybody loves it. Like, Bray Wyatt is, like, the most over he's ever been, and he hasn't shown up yet.
Yeah, and I think this is the fourth full week now from going back.
Fourth?
This is the fourth one, I believe.
I don't know. Raw is like a bad hangover. I forget about half
Yeah, it all
of
kind of blurs together, but at least going back with the promos. But yeah, all in all, I agree with you. You know, there's only so much more they can do with the Firefly Funhouse without him debuting. Like they can alternate between us seeing him, but we need either to see him in some way, shape, or form, or have him be implemented in something happening backstage. We need to know somehow that it's him screwing with people. Definitely, they can't leave us guessing for too long.
I want to know what love is.
Hey, Jake.
Yes.
Joe.
Yo.
Are you guys excited for Secret Life of Pets 2?
I am. I can't fucking wait. I want to see that gerbil go up that guy's ass.
Dude.
Are you so excited that we're gonna have a little bit of a commercial break during a match for no fucking dude? It was like insane. They pushed the shit out of this movie.
Yeah, they really, got paid the big bucks for this film. It was so egregious. Like I said, they should have just had a little dancing freaking dog and hamster in the corner all night and just shut up about it.
For a second, I thought the new title was going to be like an animals championship.
A lot of 38-year-old neckbeards are going to be really going out to see that shit.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Is Braun Strowman a babyface? I don't get it. Why is he attacking an injured Sami Zayn?
Braun Strowman is an idiot. I mean...
duh. He's a... Dude, Joe, I did like a commentary over it on my phone, and I'm like, oh, here comes this bumbling retard named Braun Strowman, and then when he bumps into Bobby Lashley, I'm like, oh man, when two mongoloids meet.
When two mongoloids meet.
He's an idiot. And like you said, a lot of the faces, not just Braun, but the Usos do it. Some of the women do it, and they're supposed to be the good guys and girls, and instead they're bullies. And it seems like all the heels have to be chicken shits. They have to just cheat to win, or they run away and act like cowards. That's it. There's no more true badass.
Yeah,
Drew is kind of on that line. So is Samoa Joe, but they end up losing more often than not, or get put in bullshit scenarios.
It's just all cookie cutter, Rojas. You did a great job filling in too, by the way, Luke Rojas.
Before you put on the nose.
What do you want to say?
I wanted to say something about Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
She's really got to stop repeating herself every time she does a promo. Like last night or whatever, before she was like on the pre-show or whatever, when she was talking about Charlotte and Lacey Evans, she said the same joke like 45 times by calling them twins. Like, oh, the two twins over there. Like, she did that, like, so many times. And she does this a lot when she's talking about wrestlers.
Yeah.
She repeats herself. She says the same joke. It's just, like it's really lazy coming out of her. Like, she doesn't know what she's talking.
Lacey the plank, I think, 4 times in the same promo.
It's not even
you
funny.
You are right about that. I didn't even realize it till you brought it up.
It's almost like she's playing hot potato. And she's like, I got to quickly say my thing so I can stop talking because I don't want to have to say stuff. So here you go. Here's your thing.
It's like when Tommy tries to tell a joke.
Yeah, Becky. I hate Becky on the mic now.
Shit,
I can't stand her.
Joe, let's be real. I'm a faggot, Joe. I'm a bona fide faggot. I have 4 per skin. Let me say something, Joe. I'm hungry. I need to eat, Joe. I'm a faggot, Joe. You think Tommy is hungry right now?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Tommy's starving right now. I think Tommy's gnawing on a waiter's asshole right now. JD from KY. What the hell, dude? Thank you for the $5 and becoming a $5 shit bum. And thank you to Luke Rojas for filling in while I had to go put my kids back to bed. Oh shit, he's back again.
I'll be right back.
You got it, Jake.
What if they killed us and ate our children? What if the turkeys ate us?
Yeah, my kids apparently were upstairs. I needed to yell at everybody and tuck them in again. I did tuck them in though. It was fun.
If they had to hate us, the Thanksgiving was a little bit different. Instead, the turkeys ate us.
I'm gonna drink my own piss.
They gobbled us apart. But first they'd eat our nuts, and then they'd eat our butt. The turkeys ate us. What if the turkeys ate us? What if the turkeys ate us? What if they ate our fucking nuts?
Yeah, the turkeys ate us up. Went up to the chat.
Turkeys ate us instead of mashed potatoes. Instead the
We killed a white man.
AU was a little bit different. Instead the Cody ate his brother's dick. He gobbled him so hard. But at first he ate his nuts, then he ate his butts. Cody ate all the straight men. What if Cody ate all the straight men? What if? What if?
What if the Cody... What if Cody shit on us? I'm sorry, I've gone into 5-year-old mode at this point. I apologize. Unbelievable. John Montgomery. Thank you, John Montgomery, for that. 2 in 1 night, Johnny boy. Love you, John Montgomery. I can't believe Cody Rhodes blocked you.
They got a red belt, blue belt, green belt, and a black belt. Now all they need is yellow belt and they'll be able to form Voltron.
Oh my God. God Phoenix was... What in the fuck, dude? That's funny as shit.
Let's beast with Recon, bruh.
Let's beast with Recon, bruh. Hey, bruh. Want to come over to my house tonight, bruh? I think we're going to stay on tonight and play video games.
Super chat.
I'm in that type of mood. I think I'm going to stay up and play some video games. Since now that my Sunday night gaming stream has been fucking... Hey, thank you for the donation. Who the fuck was that? I'll be back to the Monday night. Oh, Motor City Madhouse.
The drum roll worked when Seth Rollins was unveiling his statue and everyone was expecting Cena to be there. Curtain goes up. Sting. Holy mother shit balls.
Yeah.
New belt is ugly, and I'm annoyed by the comedy of the whole thing. It's worthless. 4/10.
Snow Cone Ski Boston. Thank you for the 316, man. As always, you beast. I agree. There's a purple belt, too, yeah. There's a purple belt as well. I didn't think about that. That's gotta be Pussy Lips McGee.
My name is Kane and I'm donating.
What is that I heard about Tommy being racist? What the fuck is the matter with him? What happens, Joe? Cause I'll fuck him until he loves me, that faggot. I'll slap Tommy with my dick and take his ass back to slavery, that 1930s pedo detective son of a bitch.
Pussy Lips McGee, thank you, my friend. And even though we drop the F-bomb a lot on this channel, we love gay people, just so you know. Just want to let everybody know. Don't mind words, but just telling y'all, we love you, the gay people out there, we love you.
You talking about those faggots again?
We say yes. But we love them anyway. I'm just
straight.
letting them know.
Shit bomb.
You know?
Fuck this deification of Khashoggi. This son-called journalist was the equivalent of Joseph Goebbels, Hitler's propaganda minister, for using his position in the media to be a mouthpiece for the Muslim Brotherhood, who are against modernization of Islam.
God damn. That is so above my head right now. Brett the Shitman Fart, thank you for the $5. This son-called journalist was equivalent of Joseph... the guy that got killed, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know that much about him. I just knew a human was butchered with a fucking knife, which is never good to me. But
well, I mean, he was very outspoken. Controversial for sure, but...
Yeah.
Episode 2 on Rant Line Friday. Vote Bry Guy Neg PITB.
Hell yeah, baby. Penny the Pooh. Thank you for the donation again. Penny the Pooh has been tearing it up all week, and I have appreciated Penny the Pooh for that. And I love you for it. There's a lot more to talk about. I plan on taking a couple more calls, too, in regards to WWE Raw tonight. Me and Jake will give our sort of final thoughts tonight, and we have SmackDown. And then I also plan on playing a few video games to end the night tonight. So we'll have some fun. Reverse SJWs.
Tiki of Doom says defeating racism with homophobia.
24/7 title looks like a gong, ha ha ha, and this show.
It looks like a mini gong, Shy God. It also looks kind of like a symbol. But I like it better than the Universal belt. So
the monetize this belt looks more prestigious.
I agree. Shy God, when I bought that belt, there was two things I was thinking. I wanted it to look damn good, and I wanted to not spend a lot of money on it. And not bad.
Chat party.
Daniel Gonzalez.
Big E turn on the New Day tomorrow.
Really? Can he even wrestle yet? I mean, I know he was... Daniel Gonzalez, thank you, man. Can Big E come back? He's not ready yet, is he?
No, not for a while. He's busy on Twitter trying to sell feet pics of the Iconics and stuff to make money, so...
Ugh, Big E's weird.
His Twitter is... very odd.
Big E's gonna attack Lars Sullivan. Did you see Bobby Lashley having to jump over the rope tonight to get out of the ring?
No, I missed that.
He botched tonight, and it was really funny.
Oh, that's funny.
I mean, it was funny.
Lesnar put a stereo in his briefcase which plays the sounds animals make when they get shot. That's why he was putting the briefcase on his ear and laughing so much. Brock hungry. Brock kill. Brock eat. Brock repeat.
That's great.
Thank you,
that's
Dickie
why
Nas.
he's so, just giddy.
He's giddy and he's ready to lap it all up and lick it all up and slurp it down and slop it and gobble and cum fart. What?
Somebody bought a title last night. It was like a $450 title. Oh shit! On the title.
Spot all day. I want you to jam it in. Oh, it's in your bunghole. Oh, it's in your bunghole. I want it jammed in my bunghole. Oh, it's in your bunghole.
Damn.
It's funny Shane has wrestled more than Brock has this year than Brock has in since he came back in 2011, just showing a little love. I am still around. Keep up the good work, Joe and Jake.
Oh my God. Damn. Nate from VA. Nate, not only are you still around, but Nate from VA with a fucking Raw bomb. A bomb on the Raw review. I haven't seen a bomb like this since Jared Barron on the show. Fucking holy shit. Drop the fucking bomb.
Damn.
Nate from VA, man. I mean, man, you're always around. You're an OG. Nate makes
He makes a hell of a point too. Shane has wrestled more this year than Brock since he returned.
Listen, Nate. First of all, everybody give Nate some love in the chat. Thank you, man, for the $200 drop. But also, if you want to laugh, go on my Twitter, and this is for Nate, since he did the Kenny Omega donation. On my Twitter, I did a bunch of these, and I'm doing more, and they're hilarious because I was just being crazy. And now, look at... Oh, my God.
This suplex!
1, 2, 3. Oh, no, Omega! Tommy Hero! Full Nelson. Oh, V-trigger! And he's still on his feet! And then offense comes from the man who took the V-trigger! A kick to the face!
face, a clothesline to Omega, and EC, oh, with a drop down, basement clothesline, 2.5, oh, 2.5. An elbow to the side of Omega's head. And now the electric chair. He's going to use Omega's move on Omega. No, Omega moves out of it. Oh, spinning heel kick to the back of the head. Kenny Omega V-trigger. Power bomb. Sit out. 2 and 3. Oh, my goodness. Oh, V-trigger. 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 1, 2, 3, 4, and Cinco to the head with the V-trigger. Oh, says full Nelson suplex, clothesline, Omega. 1, 2, throw, no, my God. Ishii won't die. He's got him up, he raked the eyes to get out of that. Full Nelson suplex.
Like, I mean, dude, if you want to laugh, I did 9 minutes of that. If you want to laugh, I did 9 minutes of that just to be funny. Nate from VA, though, thank you, man. That was a bomb, brother. I really appreciate the shit out of that, dude. That's some crazy shit. My Twitter is hilarious right now. @CorruptedPod on Twitter. Go give me a follow if you like. It's the new Twitter account that doesn't have my name. It's Corrupted, so check that out. It's funny. I tweet stupid shit. And Instagram.com/Joe Cronin Show. Jake, was there something else you wanted to add? Or?
Oh, I was just saying how WWE Shop last night,
yeah.
You know, we got the T-shirt that said Money in the Bank, and the back said I was there with the date on it. I'm like, that's cool to hold on to, you know. But they had a few people that bought the briefcases, which they were like $50 for the, you know, full briefcase. I'm like, all right, that's cool to have a collectible. But they had the $450 titles there.
Yeah.
The WWE and the Universal one. And I saw a couple people buy them. And then later on, during the show, an ad came up that said, right now on www.shop.com, all titles 50% off. And a few of the people that bought them were like, what the fuck?
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's fucking enraging, dude. Like,
it's still going on right now. And I'm like, but they won't honor the prices there that are on the shop. So
I've told people this forever. Never buy stuff in person. Never do it. Never do it, because they feel like you're there. You're probably going to buy stuff. Whereas online, it's like, please buy online. So you need to not buy stuff online, in person, and buy it online. You would think it'd be the opposite, but
yeah, the only things I always say is like when they do, you know, like custom shirts and things like that for the event itself. You know, that's usually what you get, because the things you can't get on the shop, basically.
The phone lines are jammed. Keep trying, everybody. Phone lines are just really jammed. I need to take a call.
Mustafa Ali on Twitter said, I know a lot of people are upset. I am too, but this is not the end. The chase for the light continues. You know, and then he said, look at the bright side. Brock Lesnar climbing a ladder is the most wrestling he's done all year. That was funny.
Uh-huh.
You know, but if I was him, I'd be upset, because it was a toss-up, I guess, between Drew McIntyre and Mustafa Ali all week. And then it came down to Ali getting it, and then they switched last minute to go with Lesnar. I just don't know. I need someone to convince me why he needs the briefcase. I can see him getting a Universal or WWE title match without needing the Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
He's the one person I can understand them going, he has a title match right now on Raw and SmackDown in Saudi, and I'd be like, all right, it's Brock, I get it. He does not need the briefcase.
It's to get him heat.
Ever.
It's to get him heat is the answer.
Yeah, it's just, but what a waste of all those other stars and talents and
I mean, you asked. That is the answer, to get him heat.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
And also, if he can you imagine if he cashed in on Kofi? Like, poor Kofi has a battle of a match and then he loses because Lesnar comes out. That's the whole reason. That's it. That's the answer. It sucks. It's wasteful to me, but I agree. 812 is on the phone. Hello, 812.
Hey, Joe. This is Melissa Solers coming from Evansville, Indiana. How you doing tonight?
Oh shit! Out in Evansville, Indiana, right near Bailey. That's crazy. What's up?
Yeah. Oh, nothing much. I've seen Raw. The 24/7 belt. I know it's yellow, green, and was it yellow, green, and gold? I think it'll be really interesting what they do with it. and to have like the legends also coming into it to try to get it, besides all the other wrestlers to get it. So it should be interesting what they do with it. And so cool.
Imagine like, you know, Steve Austin like announced he was going to have someone on his podcast from WWE, and he was like, well, you know, I'd like to hear what this guy has to say about the Legends title or whatever. He's a legend, or rather not the Legends title, the 24/7 champion. And he's got this guy down at the Broken Skull Ranch or whatever. And, you know, he's at the very end of the podcast, he shakes his hand, stuns him, and then wins the thing. I mean, that type of stuff could be hilarious. That's what I've been pitching for a year. I think it wasn't executed the best tonight, but I think, you know, I'm surprised that the crowd wasn't that excited about it, to be honest. I thought would have done better, but I don't know.
To me, it's kind of, I mean, it's a newer version of the hardcore title. That's basically what it is, except it's for a PG version.
Yeah, when I pitched this, I don't know how long you've been listening, but I pitched this a year ago and a couple weeks ago, and I said, you know, they can't do the hardcore belts anymore, so just do the belt where anybody can win at any time, and they can go live on YouTube and Facebook, and there are all kinds of stuff going on, and then literally, like, it's like a few weeks later, and they're doing that exact thing. It's very weird. But so I like it because if I was working there, I would have pitched it, but I would have done it a little bit different. But listen to this. This is R-Truth tweeted out, "We out taking this European Championship." So it's already funny, you know, I mean, I think a lot of people are out there like, oh, this is such a disgrace, and it's a joke of a title and everything. And it's kind of like, well, that's sort of the gag. I mean, that's the whole point. And that's why I would have appreciated it more if they had said that whoever holds the belt, like every hour you get $50 or you make money. Every day you hold the belt, you know, you make $1,000 or something. And
yeah, like Gravy sent me, Matt Hardy is tweeting out, "What hotel are you staying at, Truth?" You know, stuff like that. That's funny.
Yeah.
And Joe, Why Society let us know Big E does return tomorrow on SmackDown Live.
So they did announce that.
Yeah,
That's
they
why
announced it
people
right
said
now at WWE Network on Twitter. They said, and tomorrow, celebrate with Big E's return with the New Day. So,
you think he'll turn tomorrow?
I don't know, but you figure the surgery he had for the torn meniscus, it's a very minor surgery. It's what I need on my knee. I have need the same thing repaired, and it's laparoscopic. It's so minimally invasive. It's a very, very simple thing. That's why when everybody kept saying, and he had said he's not going to return until 2020 and all this stuff, I was like, wow, something must be really wrong if he's not trolling everybody, because that's insane. Corey Taylor had both of his knees done last week, and 7 days later he was back on tour. So
yeah,
he was jumping around on Jimmy Fallon.
Yes, Melissa.
Hey Jake, congratulations on getting to monetize this belt, man.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I was shocked that I defeated Tommy by 6 points without even being there. Everybody was awesome too.
Yeah, I heard about that. Tommy's a goof.
Yes.
He's a funny guy. But I'll tell you,
the way he dressed, he looks like Dick Tracy, half of and also of Super Mario. That's what he looks like.
Super Mario.
Yeah, he does. He looks like Super Mario and Dick Tracy. But I will say,
Buffalo Bill.
One thing he has done is brought a lot of money into my show and for me, so I definitely appreciate him for that.
I've seen some of the rants and stuff he did about Debe and everything else. I heard
that poor girl. She doesn't understand that we're not talking about her really.
Yeah, it's just a Hey, I got the comic. Danielle had, oh my God, when she read it to me, I died laughing. She's like, I've got to see this thing.
Isn't she married? Isn't she married?
She might be. I don't really know. I really don't know that much about her, to be honest. I think she's very nice and very sweet and stuff like that. But we're just playing around with Tommy with it, and I don't think she gets that part of it.
Right.
I know Tommy wrote the comic book, but somebody should have edited it for him. I'll say that much.
Yeah, where did he even get that comic book from? Who made it for him?
Debe did. She wrote it.
She wrote
and
then she
it.
made it.
What?
And it's
publisher something for it?
It doesn't really have a story, but I don't know.
Well, the one thing that I'm not in it. It's like I'm not even in it, and I'm like, she wouldn't even know him. I'm part of the reason I'm not even in it. Tommy thinks I'm salty about that, but I really am not. I'm just happy he's having fun and a good time. I don't care. I think it's a nice little kind of description of what happens a little bit. It's like a Hollywood movie too. There's some things that are like blown out of proportion in it. But that's fine. I like it.
Yeah, it says right here, a caller is asking, what's your favorite sport? Tommy says, I love Worldwide Wrestling.
That's an old company. That's been around
Wow.
early. Worldwide Wrestling, that's like a long, long time ago.
Yeah, Tommy's going back to 1980 or 1978.
That was the 1 year before I was born, in 79.
Yeah. The Worldwide Wrestling Federation.
Wrestling Federation. That was the old WWF, WWE.
WWF, yeah.
Yeah.
I was telling my son that one day. I was like, they used to be WWF, and then they were WWF, and then they became WWE. He was like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm still not used to. I'm used to WWE now, finally, but it took a while. It took a long time.
Yeah, because the other World Wrestling Federation was about the animals.
Yeah, the World Wildlife Foundation came after them.
Yep.
I mean, I guess they were paying for it for years.
Yeah.
And so they started the stuff in the motion when they were losing money, and then I don't know. It's just too bad. And they drilled it in your head back in the day so much, like World Wrestling Federation, World Wrestling Federation. They drilled it in your head so much that when all of a sudden to say WWE was like, whoa, like it was shocking. Melissa, thank you for the call, and you have a good night. Okay.
Oh, you too, Joe.
All right, sweet. Good call, Melissa.
Thank you very much. Great call.
That's how you do it on the phone.
That comic is something, though. I'll tell you what. It's oof.
Well, he's a comic too, Jake. Don't you know? So
yeah, it's wild.
It's the Wild Wrestling Federation. Imagine they renamed it Wild Wrestling Federation. They called it. We're gonna be the Wild Wrestling Federation. That's like something Vince would come up with.
Still at WWF. Shut up. It's wild.
We're gonna be the Wrestling Experience. Imagine that he renamed it the Wrestling Experience. He wouldn't want that though. Again, big shout out to Nate from VA who dropped a $200 super chat bomb earlier. So I just want to say again, Nate, love you, buddy, and that was insane. And thanks for still being here after all these years, man. Very much appreciated. And let me get back real quick to a couple of these donations that are popping up.
Shit bomb.
Smiley face, smiley face.
Ryback, get out of the chat, Ryback! God damn it!
He just doesn't get it.
He just won't leave. Just won't leave the chat. Just always gonna be here, Ryback?
You're always gonna be watching me? Is that why you can repeat? That's why you know what I'm talking about, you? Hey, stop at this truck stop. I want to eat 7,000 calories and then punch a woman in the face. Shell shock.
All right, Ryback, you fucking sicko.
Crazy bastard. Mick Foley did tweet out, I think the crowd was hoping for the return of the classic hardcore title. I felt like I came up pretty short on that promo. No one's fault but my own.
Party.
That's not his fault.
What's up, Joe and Knickers?
Oh, what up, nappy-headed... Oh, my God. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? What the fuck? No, what up, you racist fuck? No, but, yeah, so he tweeted out. I knew he would, because he's always... Dude, this guy can't get out of this shit. Remember when he used to... I don't know, I just can't believe Mick Foley. Poor guy's out there again.
He's trying. He used to come back, like before the Hell in a Cell matches and make it seem like it's serious, and before some hardcore.
You don't know
match
what this is gonna do to you. What this match is gonna take from you.
Yeah, maybe in the 90s they didn't know. Now they're just gonna run into the cage a bunch and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, unless
maybe
Shane,
look it on the outside.
Only Shane knows what it can do to you. And maybe Shawn and Undertaker in the first one, because that was awesome. Just watch Shawn and Undertaker's first Hell in the Cell match. It's one of the best matches in history of the WWE, and I'm not kidding. It's top 20 matches of all time, no doubt about that.
Oh, absolutely.
If not top 10. I mean, seriously, what was it? Bad Blood, 1998 Bad Blood, or I think it was 98 Bad Blood. It might be 97, but I don't remember. But
I forget the year, but I know it's Bad Blood.
It was Bad Blood. It was Hell in a Cell, and Undertaker and Shawn Michaels had one of the best matches of all time. The psychology in that match is off the page on the WWE Network.
Yeah,
you can still watch it. 97. Yeah, it was probably late 97, like August or something, or October. Maybe it was
October
summertime.
5th, 97.
Yep. All right. Cool.
In the Kiel Center in St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis.
It was great, man. It was so good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's classic.
Got to watch that if you haven't seen that. What up, Shirty? It's one of the best. It's one of the best Hell in a Cells. It's still, and it's weird because they really didn't do a lot. They did. I mean, they did. They could have not had the cell there. You know what I mean? They could have pretty much not.
Yeah, they didn't really take much advantage of the cell except for Kane breaking through.
Yeah, they needed the cell. What am I
Biggie
talking
Returns
about?
Tomorrow is on Twitter.
Thank you, Daniel Gonzalez. Thank you, man. Yeah, it looks like we figured that out too. Yeah, man. I mean, Kane ripping the cell off the hinges. I mean, all that stuff was a great story and everything was awesome. But the match,
the build
was
up
so
to Kane
good.
debuting was incredible because you heard about it for so long and
He's coming, Undertaker. Your brother
so freaking
Kane
classic.
is coming. I'm gonna eat a Subway sandwich. Curse you, Undertaker. Dude, Paul Bear was on another level. Percy Pringle, this guy was on another level during those promos. Holy shit, was he good.
I whooped Santa Claus's ass.
And he's a guy who, for years, people he's just quiet with the urn, like, yes, my Undertaker. And he really didn't get to promo. And then all of a sudden he got to promo like a maniac. He was like Heyman.
Claus's ass. Oh, hell. Yeah. Hell yeah.
What does it sound like when Cody tries to have sex with his wife, Brandy? Hey, baby, can you put it in my bunghole? Then maybe I'll stick my dog stick in your ass. Damn, Cody.
Oh
Why
my
don't
God.
you fuck your own wife? Maybe it offended somebody. I guess.
John Montgomery, thank you for the 625. John Montgomery had gone out and bought AEW merchandise. And then he got in a fight, a little mini argument with Cody Rhodes about the Confederate flag. And then Cody Rhodes...
He just made one joke. And
yeah, it wasn't that bad. And Cody Rhodes then blocked him. And a lot of people.
I mean, John Montgomery just, keeping up in fashion now, just went ahead and for the Young Bucks, what did he say? Something like, Matt Jackson said, I'm so ready. And John goes, SJWs, mount up.
Yeah, they're going to have problems if they push too much of an agenda. They got to take it easy. They got to do the right thing like they're doing, but...
Yeah, and then he sends to Cody, there's only two genders, stuff like that, so...
I mean, yeah, that's gonna... I mean, that's true.
Just go with...
But that's gonna make I don't know why that even triggers anyone. It doesn't make sense. But if you said that, if he said something like, transgender people aren't human, like that's fucked up. Like that's fucked up. But if you want to make a statement about your opinion about it, whatever. I mean, but you're doing it to be a dick, so I get it. But his other argument wasn't being a dick, so
no, he was being sincere on that one, just saying it wasn't a racial thing.
Anybody can be to me. Anybody can be whatever they want. I don't care. I don't care if you're, I don't care what you do, and I don't care if it's considered mentally ill or whatever. I don't care what you do as long as it ain't shooting up a place or something like that. Who cares? Who gives a shit what you do? As long as you're not shooting a place up or impeding on my rights. Who the hell cares?
Yeah,
what
as long as you're
people
not
do?
hurting anyone. That's
I think that he's getting into fights with people because he's taking such an virtue signaling role.
Stance.
Yeah, stance. And then other people are getting mad. And so you're seeing these two different opinions and everybody's fighting on Twitter about it.
Yeah, it's all clashing.
I mean, I just want to watch wrestling. I mean, can we just watch wrestling? I mean,
well, that's the thing. He's in a precarious, dangerous position at this point in time, too. Because he can tank the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's not hard. Brie Larson almost did it for, it happens. You get somebody that has a prominent role in something, they open their mouth, and next thing you know, it's boycotted, canceled, and people are so quick to judge. Look at everything that happened with the James Charles guy. Now people are finding out that, a lot was set up to make him look bad, and people conspired against him just to make money, and the thing said against him was literally just thrown together by the woman and somebody else that wanted to sell their makeup and vitamins. So they said all this nasty stuff, and it's like, outrage culture is incredibly fickle.
The way to always do it is to just present a wrestler. It doesn't matter if they're straight, gay, transgender, whatever they are, unless it's part of their character. If it's part of their character, then cool. But if
it shouldn't matter. They're wrestling.
If you go out of your way to celebrate something different, like in a way, you're gonna get the people that hate it. But if you present it as in reality, like a person, like they're just a human and they're a wrestler, and they have a character and then they wrestle, then you're gonna find a lot of people liking that person. And then,
as you showed, that was the problem with the the Batgirl stuff coming up. Mm-hmm. It couldn't just be she's badass because she's the next Batman per se being Batgirl. No, it's because she's a woman she's better than and that kind of stuff. And
yes,
that's what people are tired of. Just go out there and kick ass and beat up some bad guys. You don't have to do it in the name of womanhood and. I don't know. It goes both ways. I get it, but
I go both ways too, Jake.
I'm aware. I got those pictures.
That? I'll go right into you.
I'll save those pictures. Speaking of going both ways, Braun Strowman here is he's been taking some jibes, and some jabs at some people and
jibes. What is he, Big E?
That's what they say here. Jibe, J-I-B-E, social media jibe taken by none other than The Undertaker. So whatever. They said that when he was speaking to the Daily Star, Strowman said this. He said, "There's plenty of time, but it's frustrating as it's been close so many times. I literally had," he's speaking about the Universal title, "literally had my fingertips on it, but it's motivation to keep working harder. The big goal this year is getting back in that Universal Championship picture as I have slid down the mountain. I am going to keep clawing tooth and nail to get back as it's the one thing that's eluded me." So, I mean, he's saying like, "Oh, I'm still motivated and I still want to work hard." But then again, you can tell he's got some frustrations mounting. And then there was Drew McIntyre saying as well that he's tired of kind of being held back. He said that it's beginning to weigh heavy on his mind and he's tired of it as well. And he was basically, I don't know if he was told that he was going to win at one point Money in the Bank. But that's kind of how I took it from what I was reading, and now that didn't happen, and he's going to be in a program with Shane for a while. So it's really unfortunate. I do genuinely feel bad for McIntyre.
Drew's going to be in a program with Shane?
Yeah, he's going to be helping out Shane McMahon.
Okay, I get you. Okay,
he's going to be not against each other. But I'm trying to find the he talked pretty openly and honestly. Before about, I want to see if I can find it about the Universal title. He did a few interviews this past weekend, and he mentions his dream match with NXT UK's Walter is one that he really wants to have, and his plans if he won the Money in the Bank. And this was with Digital Spy, but
I want to see
trying to find it now. But
I would love to see Drew and like somebody like Finn Balor in a ladder match or something for the IC belt. Like, why can we get that? And then let them tear the house down if they want? Like, let them do that.
Yeah.
Why can't we get that? Why can't we get that, Vince? Give me that. Give me that, please. God damn it.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I could find the quote that he had, because it was pretty interesting. Just pretty much him saying that he's been tired of being away from the championship picture, and I'll see if I could find it. But I mean, he's not wrong, that's for sure. It is unfortunate. He's saying like this is something that eludes me, and I've heard time and time again that I was fast tracked to be in the title picture, and then it just doesn't happen. And I will find the direct quote for tomorrow's show for sure. There's so many websites of news in the history, but. Yeah, I guess the jab that they were talking about was Braun being trolled by The Undertaker on Instagram.
That's weird. Braun was trolled by Undertaker?
Yeah, I guess. I didn't hear about this.
That's weird.
Strowman stated in the post that he was honored to perform for the first time in front of his grandfather. This is back at the end of April. He said, so awesome I got to perform for my family tonight. My grandpa has never seen me live, so it was an honor. And it says The Undertaker showed his witty side and commented on the post, stating that he was aware of what his grandparents did after the show. So talking about them hooking up. Ha ha ha. Aren't you funny, Undertaker? Real funny. Yeah, that was a quick turnaround for Big E as well. I didn't think he'd be back, but they said that tomorrow there will be a welcome back Big E celebration, and there will also be a Money in the Bank rematch as well. So we'll see Roman and Elias face off yet again.
That's so weird.
There's going to be a lot of overkill with Roman.
I could give two fucks what you are, queer, straight. I just hate a hypocrite like Cody. He blocks me over something that I said that had nothing to do about racism, but he calls Russo a homophobe. I shouldn't have to explain on why he is a hypocrite.
Yeah, I agree, John Montgomery. I thought it was really... I know Russo's kind of a jerk-off. I've already said this. I thought what Cody did to Vince Russo, calling him basically virtue signaling to get people angry at Russo, like, oh, that guy's a homophobe. And then remember Russo was like, bro, why you would even do this, homophobe? I am not a homophobe. Like, in the way he said homophobe was hilarious. Vince Russo literally employed a is it a transgender? I forget who the person was. I think it's a transgender. I think he had a transgender person on his network. And he had that person for over a year working for him doing a show. And she was great. And notice I say she. And for Cody Rhodes to just say that Vince Russo is a scumbag because he's a homophobe was like, whoa. It's like weird because it's like I like Cody Rhodes, but I like Vince Russo. And now you're calling the guy a homophobe. And he's not a homophobe because, I kind of get it because he is. He is.
Well,
kinda.
all he said was, his comment was he didn't appreciate the way everybody was saying, like, oh, I get hard watching, this match. And, oh, he didn't like the phallic references that people were, putting forth. And it is a certain, you have to have a taste for that kind of dark and edgy humor, I guess. We say a lot of messed up stuff on here.
Oh, Cody would really better.
He doesn't care for it. No, Vince Russo.
But see,
he was saying that he didn't care for hearing oh, my dick was so hard for that match, and
well, Vince. So yeah, what happened is Vince doesn't understand. He doesn't like when people say oh my god, dude, did you see Kenny Omega's match? Dude, oh my god, I almost jerked off in my pants. And, I had a 9-inch cock for that match, dude. My balls were fucking... So, when podcasters or when fans would say, oh, my God, Omega versus Okada gave me a 10-inch erection, Vince Russo would come on and be like, dude, I'm listening to grown men, bro. Being like, oh, I got a fucking boner for Kenny Omega, and this is weird, bro. I don't understand that. Can you imagine a few years ago, guys talking about they're jerking off to the other guys because the match was so good. I was pitching a tent for weeks because of Cody Rhodes. Very weird, bro. That's weird, bro. So that's what Vince Russo said to that. And then basically Cody Rhodes came out and was like, yeah, Vince Russo would never work for us because, number one, I hate the Attitude Era. And no offense to Vince and whatever he's done, whatever else, but, we basically wouldn't employ a homophobe. And, he doesn't like his homophobic rhetoric. And it was like, I was sitting there and I was disagreeing a little bit with Vince Russo. I don't have a problem with everybody saying this, but I also get what Vince is saying. See, Vince Russo's the type of guy that if I rubbed his ass, he would freak the fuck out. Now, I'm not gay. But if I knew Vince Russo got creeped out by that stuff, I'd almost want to be like, hey, you want me to rub your ass, Vince? And he'd be like, bro, get the fuck away from me, bro. What the fuck, bro? Oh, nothing. What, Vince? You don't like what? My wife lets me hook up with guys. What's wrong? And, he's getting so freaked out by it that I think it's funny. And then Cody swings completely the other way and is like the fact that Vince doesn't like the gay talk, the cock talk and the gay talk and everything, the fact that Vince doesn't like that, oh, he's a scumbag. He's a homophobe. Now, maybe he is a little bit, because if you have a phobia to spiders, you're like, oh my God, a spider, Jesus Christ. Like, he's not coming out saying he's a gay basher, but that's kind of what it came out as. And so I think Vince Russo is a little bit like, ugh, that stuff's weird. But I don't mind that. That's the way Vince feels. That's fine, because I know that in the end, Vince doesn't care what you do with you. Like, if you're gay or whatever you are, he doesn't care. And what also backs that up is he said it. He said that, number one, and number two, he employs a transgender person, and I'm sure he's employed gay people. He doesn't care. So to call him, I just thought that was really messed up of Cody Rhodes, and then Cody Rhodes to say, well, the Attitude Era was garbage as well. It was the worst time in wrestling for me, and shock factor's out the window. And then Cody says shock factor's out the window, and then a week later, his wife is getting slammed by another man's penis in a ring, and then cocks are coming out at All In.
Yeah.
And it's like, shock factor's out the window, but then you did this. And I laughed about the cocks and the penises coming to the ring, because that Russo must, what I mean? Like, I almost wonder if they did it more because of Russo. Like, let's really fucking freak him out.
Let's really go all out.
Yeah, they went all in. But either way, listen. So it's like, I think Russo's fine. I think Cody's fine, but they need to, like, I'm in the middle. Unless you're really bashing some group of people or whatever, I don't care about jokes. And I certainly don't care if Vince Russo doesn't understand the banter that we all have about, oh my God, that Omega match, I jizzed my pants. I disagree with Vince, but I get what he's saying, and it's funny. And what Cody is saying is less funny to me, because it's like virtue signaling. But I think he could have just said, I don't know. He could have made fun of Vince a different way. I just feel like he called him out in a weird political way. But it is what it is. Whatever.
Yeah. I get it.
Anything else we got to cover? I think we got a lot of shit, but...
Yeah, that's pretty much all I see for the news. WWE will address the state of the United States Championship next week on Raw. They weren't able to get to it tonight, but we did see Samoa Joe cut a rather harsh promo on him. Rey Mysterio reportedly separated his shoulder last night. So,
ugh.
Yeah, so not only did they have Samoa Joe have to get defeated quickly because of the injury to his nose.
Do you think it was the shoulder instead that stopped the match?
No, I guess this happened during the beatdown part, from what I've heard conflicting reports. But Joe, because let me pull it up here. So it ended early due to blood, and Joe busted his nose. Ray hit him with a seated senton, and they went immediately to the finish. So Joe was apparently okay, as we know, to do the post-match attack. But those bumps at the post-match attack is what injured Mysterio. Wow. So it was after the match itself that he ended up injuring him by mistake. And they said that, from PW Insider says, it's believed to be a separated shoulder. And they don't know if it most likely won't require surgery, but it might require a small break, more like an extended break from the ring. And they were, intending to create a slow build that could possibly see Mysterio's son Dominic become part of the action. Now it's going to be hard to carry on without Rey Mysterio around, so they don't know what they're going to do with the U.S. title, and they'll let us know next Monday on Raw.
I had surgery 5 times in my left knee.
I laugh because I remember that vignette, and the "Don't try this at home" over and over and over
I broke
again.
my leg, my ankle, my arm, my face, arm, foot.
My coccyx.
Man, I'll tell you, Rey Mysterio is like super injury man now.
Yeah, he's been put back together, and
it's been broken so many times it just breaks.
Humpty Dumpty style.
Humpty Dumpty style.
Yeah, all the king's horses, they can't put him back together again.
No.
And I was laughing when you mentioned the spider thing before, freaking out.
Yeah.
Danny runs out to me earlier today. She's like, Dad, come here, quick. I'm like, what? She's like, hurry up. And she goes and she points to, in the sink, there is a gigantic, to me anyways, but good size, big bastard, black and white spider.
Size of a quarter?
Yeah, no, bigger than that.
Wow.
Like body mass, like the size of a clementine. You know,
Jesus.
like it was a good size. But it was all black and white, and boiling water took care of it. But still, I'm like, you kill it.
That's terrifying.
I hate spiders. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't like spiders, man. That's freaking me out. There's a lot of bugs where I am. It's so hot in this house because of the layers, I think, of this house, because this house is kind of like a straight up roof. And
yeah,
you know, because we get the basement, and then the next floor above, and then the bedrooms above, and then the attic. So it's like a house like that, you get so much heat up there. And I just noticed in the basement looking around that, like, oh shit, because there's a dehumidifier down here and it doesn't work. It was left with the house and it looks like it doesn't work. And I started noticing some of the walls a little bit like, ooh, it's a little wet.
Yeah, they build up moisture quickly. And
like, oh, I got to get a fucking dehumidifier like as soon as possible. Yeah.
ASAP.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was hot today. It's still 85 in the house right now, it says.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But
it traps the heat in and it stays. We have the same layout here. Basement, the other floors, the bedrooms, and then the attic, and it sweats. The wood paneling like swells and traps all the heat in.
It's like Vince McMahon's life. I don't know.
Like Vince's balls.
All right, well, listen. I think we do all we can do tonight. I think we're wrapping it up here. I'm going to hang out and play a little bit of a few video games. I don't know how long I'll last, but Jake, I'll let you go, man. Unless you want to stay. It's 2 a.m. Probably want to...
Yeah, I'm going to get some sleep tomorrow night. Can we finally play some PUBG with some people?
Yeah, tomorrow night I'll play PUBG. You look good tonight, man. You look
Tell
like
the boys and fucking get them in. Let's go.
I'll try to.
All right. If not, you and I will just get another chicken dinner.
That was nuts. The first game.
We got to recreate that right off the bat.
Yeah, that was awesome. I missed the old crew, though. We got to get everybody back again. I missed that.
Yeah, see if we can get everybody to get together and shoot some shit. It'll be a good time.
I will shoot your ass.
Ooh, don't threaten me with a good time.
All right, Jake.
All right, everybody.
You look good,
thank
though.
You, as always.
You look like you're feeling good, man. You look like you're good tonight. You know?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. And it was not too worn out from yesterday, so it worked out well.
Yeah, like you look like you were just ready. Like it's not even 2 a.m. I thought it might have been 1 because you're just like, let's go.
I'm like past tired now where you get your full second win. Yeah.
All right. Well, I get that.
Yeah, but I'm still, eventually I'll crash, but.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I swollen, but good to go. I was happy. Gravy saved my ass, and I didn't have to do much walking. So thankfully to him, because he works security there, I didn't have to go far at all.
I'm sorry, my game just came on and I couldn't hear.
Oh no, you're good.
What'd you say?
No,
about
Gravy? Gravy saved my ass because he works security there, so I didn't have to walk far at all.
Oh really? That's sick.
Yeah, I got right in and right through security. It took me forever through one part of security, but the metal detectors, because I have that battery in my back that just, I'm like, trust me, I have to bring that ID card with me and being like, hey, listen, I'm not sneaking in a bomb. I swear.
That's crazy. It's a good thing he was there, man, because that could have been way more of a pain in the ass. You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
But he got me right in the side, right to will call, and then the guest services, so it worked out.
Gravy, I wish I was there to just touch you.
Well, hopefully we get everybody together at NXT.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see everybody at NXT, and we don't get murdered out there in that part of Connecticut.
Yeah, in Bridgeport.
Bridgeport, baby. Bring a bulletproof vest.
All right, well, go kick some ass. Go defend the namesake of Cronin.
All right, everybody. I feel like I'm getting pretty tired right now, but I'm still going to play anyway. Good night, Jake. I love you, man.
You play my fucking music.
I can't play shit right now.
All right, everybody. Stay sexy. Have a good night. We'll see you for SmackDown.
We got to give you some banana music or something. That fucking
play my fucking music.
If anybody hasn't checked out Jake unboxing the Monetize This Belt either on his channel on Countdown Ended, it is funny. You need to go check that out like as soon as possible.
I wanted to go in harder on him, but I was like, oh, that's enough. We'll screw with him just a little bit. He laughed too. He was a good sport. So
yeah, that shit was funny.
Yeah, we tried. All right, everybody, have a good night. We'll see you for SmackDown.
See you tomorrow night for SmackDown. Boo beep boo, boo beep boo, the doop doop doop. The calls won't come. The calls keep coming in all night. Anybody that didn't get on tonight, we will try to get you on tomorrow night on SmackDown. I'm sorry about that. The phone lines were jammed, and we just goddamn had so much to talk about that it was crazy. All the donations are on as always. And now we're going to the purple place on Twitch, everybody. If you've never come over to Twitch tonight, you got to do it. We're not live there yet because I got to... every time I go live now on Twitch, I got to re-authenticate. I don't know why. But, all right. I got to authenticate. I don't know why I have to re-authenticate every time. Yeah, I gave tonight a 4.5 out of 10, too, by the way. For the people wondering, I gave it... the wrestling was all right. All right, let's see if we can authenticate here. And now we are going to be going live on the purple place. Guys, if guys and girls, if you guys can get over to Twitch, that'd be awesome. I want to see maybe 50 people over there. That'd be nice. I am just starting the stream now on Twitch, so we'll be there. I will stay live on YouTube for a little while, but we are eventually going to exclusively stream on Twitch in a minute. So you guys have... we got about another maybe 20 minutes here, and then I'm going straight up to Twitch. So go there now if you can. If you can't, I get it though. Or open to, or be on both. Not a lot of time left. I'm playing I'm not playing somebody right now. I'm just playing the challenges right now. We're going to play Madden probably. Shit. I don't have any timeouts. I thought I did. Fuck. Oh, well, I'm going to go play someone now. I might play NHL. I might play probably a Madden. Oh, there's a update to the public test server on PUBG. I might play PUBG. There's a lot of stuff we can do tonight. Mo fuck boy. That sucked. What up? What did you guys think of Raw tonight in the chat? If you'd like to leave the rating in the chat, let's see it up. How's Twitch doing? Oh, let's see. Let me jump over to Twitch and see what's going on over there. What's up, everybody? We are now up on Twitch. I guess it took a while to get on there, longer than I thought. So I apologize. You have two-factor authentication, that's why you have to verify. Yeah, but I set it up to, like, remember me for 30 days or whatever, and it didn't used to do that. I've always had two-factor authentication, FSAN, and it never did that. It always just let me log in every time, no problem. But now it makes me do it every single time. I don't know why it doesn't remember it. You know what I mean? Thank you for the 10 bits, by the way. I don't think anything less than 20 bits pops up on the screen. So that's why it didn't play, but I do see your 10 bits there. It does show in the event list. Queen Casey Rose, what up? What up, Gamer Dave? The Twitch chat is hot. We're going to talk about some shit tonight, man. Man. Oh yeah, you like the big one. You want to see the big one, Marty? What up, Queen? That also puts FSAN on the top of the board on the Twitch donations. Darel Stultz, I don't think will ever be topped. He outdid Joe Compton. He took over Joe Compton's spot the other day. He just destroyed that. I mean, that will never be duplicated. I mean, really, like, dude, it hasn't been said enough how Darel Stultz, like, eviscerated poor Joe Compton's record. Like, absolutely just fucking eviscerated this shit. Like, he destroyed it. Robin, what up? Robin Banks. Why did Nightbot time out Denise? What the fuck? Denise, I'm sorry. Thank you for plugging the channel. I'm sorry that Nightbot sucks. Baltimore Deontay, 5 out of 10. Chad LaFave, 3 out of 10. Silver Saint, Debe's Cunt out of 10. Gazmania, 5 out of 10. I was supposed to take Gwaz from Brooklyn's call tonight, too. Joe, you need new games? I don't like to change games. That's why I don't do a gaming channel, because I'm not that exciting. I just play the same old shit type of thing, you know? I'm still playing Halo, for Christ's sake. That's just me, man. That's just how I am. You know, I mean, for me, it's Madden, it's NHL, it's PUBG, Diablo 3, and that's in Halo a little bit, and that's it. I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't think I'd even be that into Mortal Kombat. And with I'm not paying. I'm just not paying for Mortal Kombat. I'm not paying $70-$60 for Mortal Kombat. I'm not doing it. To basically the funnest part to me is watching the fatalities. I'll just go on YouTube and watch the fatalities. I don't know. I don't have fun in those games. That game pisses me off when I play it. I just get angry. You're like, what the fuck? And I get really pissed. But it is awesome, though. I love Mortal Kombat and combat. And, you know, if the people from Mortal Kombat were like, here, Joe, have a free game, I'd probably play it for a while and have some fun, but fuck that. I mean, I got too much shit to worry about here at this point. Let's do it. Wow, this guy's got a sick team. You see that shit? Oh my god, this guy's got 98 and 99 overall players. Dude, I have like fucking nowhere near that, I feel like. Tiffany Rodriguez is in the chat. Damn, acknowledgement, Joe. Leah must have gotten after your ass. No, she didn't do that. What up, Tiffany Rodriguez? I mean, Leah always goes after my ass every day. I mean, not in that way, but like, you know, like, I'll beat your ass way. What up, F-San? Tiffany Rodriguez is really a female. What up, T-Key? And TSS is here, too. What up, TSS? Oh, shit. Yep, this is going to be a tough game. This guy has like 98 fucking overall, everybody. God damn it. Leah eats Joe's ass. I wish. I mean, I'm not really into that shit, but I'd take it from her. Like, if she was going to do that, I'd be like, yeah, let's do that. That was a good catch.
And he'll finally be taken down at the 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Steve, thanks for the host on Twitch, man. Thank you so much, man. And shout out to Nate from VA, who still has his $200 bomb up in the corner. That was huge, man. It was a super chat, though, so. $130 bomb. Fucking bastards. Got him. Oh, so close.
throw. We saw a combination of elite arm strength and obviously the ability to move the sticks with that completion, but it's the way that he throws the ball. So compact, yet the ball comes off of his hand and it just whistles to the receiver.
Oh man, a knockout shot. GSTS. Yeah, I still play the first Halo. I actually beat Halo Combat Evolved. I would say every 2 years I put that game in, at least every 2 years, and I beat the whole thing from the beginning to the end. It's cool because my son really loves Halo. He plays it a lot now, and he really loves it, and so I get to do that if I ever can get the time to play with him. I play that with him, and that's just awesome, man. That's so cool. Techno Bowl for S. Yeah, I definitely played that, Tiffany. Get up. No. Oh, my God. I can't believe that. Yeah, Halo and Legendary changes, man. The Queen, Casey Rose, thank you for hosting me on Twitch. What's up, Queenie?
Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third.
What up, Turpa? Drew Bar's here. Oh, I almost got it, man. I almost got the first. I should punt it, but... Oh, I gotta punt it. Fuck, I gotta punt it. I am playing a real person on Madden, yes. This is a real person. This guy's got fucking 98, 99 overall shit. Joe, what's your favorite Michael Jackson song? What's up, Only Jeremiah? Or Jeremiah? I can't see the full name. I don't know, man. It's probably like Beat It. It's probably Beat It, but I love a lot. I love a lot of the stuff. I like all this, almost everything. Who's this?
Much love you to Joe and Penny the Pooh face blowing a kiss.
Bry Guy, what up, dude? Oh, fuck, I got a flag. Oh, shit, Bry Guy. Bry Guy with the 300 bits of love on Twitch. Thank you, Bry Guy. Bry Guy, you just moved up to first place in the bits. Thanks, dude. Thank you, Bry Guy. Bry Guy beast in it. No, whatever. He lost 5 yards. I'm still gonna. I'm gonna pin this bastard down. Let's pin this bastard down. Thank you, Bry Guy. Dix. Oh, let's put it all the way over there. Oh no, that was too hard. Shit. I fucked up the punt. Oh my god, I think I did. Come on, get a good bounce. Boom. Oh, get it. No, fuck. Oh, good. I kicked it too hard. I knew it. Oh my god, man, we should have had him pinned. Should have had him pinned. Billie Jean, yeah, all that stuff is obviously good, but thank you for giving me the love, Bry Guy. Bry Guy has been a beast.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left.
Wow, that guy got waffled backwards.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Just a yard on the catch.
Let's do it. Denise getting that QB's face. What up, Denise? Mysteria, what up, Mysteria?
That's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle.
Nice tackle. Thank God we got him, because that was almost the last guy to get there.
After the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
There we go. There we go. What the hell are you doing, bro?
Situation on fourth.
Yuck.
So opening
Why are you down here?
straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs.
This guy's gonna go for it. What an idiot. Dude, why are you? My son's awake and he's down here. Why are you down here? You okay?
While they haven't been successful now, they may be
Do you need a new diaper? Intercepted!
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29.
Oh, man, that was sick. Give me that diaper, buddy.
They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long, pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You gonna let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Turn this way.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So that'll back him up 5.
There you go. All better? I got a penalty because of you, you bum. Why are you awake? You woke up out of your bed and came down here to see me? What is going on? Why are you awake right now? You need to go to sleepy. Yeah, you want this ball?
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Why are you awake, dude? Do you need me to bring you back to bed? Give me a minute and I'm going to bring you back to bed.
Vic readies to throw. He cannot get
Ugh.
down goes Vic.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard
Finn, you messed me up, bro.
actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone.
You ain't never leaving Neverland.
More pressure, more blitzing.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Off the play fake, Vic.
Oh, God, he dropped it.
Throw is going to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Yeah? Okay. This is because you had that big nap today, that's why.
Play action now. Vic steps away under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I
Can't believe this.
Explained to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack.
My son ruined me.
And the first play will be a field goal try. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash.
It's going to be tough. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that hollow metal sound is the bane of any kicker's existence. And here, that sound is going to keep our game scoreless.
And you can see him give that body English as the ball was in the air. Come on, baby. Come on. But no dice that time.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Finding his safety valve here. That's
Unbelievable.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Green's got it over the middle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Green's first catch of the game. Good for a first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call.
I did not see the Bumblebee movie, Mysteria. I hate the Transformers movies. I really hate the Transformer movies. Like, they're really bad. Especially the last 3. But, I just can't stand those movies. So I didn't see Bumblebee. Although I did hear Bumblebee was actually pretty good, so. Compared to the other ones.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there brings up second down.
Oh, yeah. That come off, cat boy.
You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards.
Bumblebee first 2 minutes was wicked cool. The rest was trash. Really? Wow. What movie do you hate? There you go. I told you. I mean, the Transformers movies. The new Ghostbusters 2016 was pretty horrible, I guess. I hate all these new dumb movies where they ruin everything. I hate the Fast and the Furious movies. I hate those movies. I hate Fast and the Furious.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this.
Oh my god, I dove by accident. This is all a nightmare right now. This guy shouldn't be doing crap.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fix and leaves creases like they were.
Ooh, that guy just lost some yardage.
That one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Oh my god, I should have intercepted that. He dropped it at least, but I should have intercepted it. What up, buddy? Hey, buddy, you need to go. Is your eye okay? Let me look at me. Is your eye okay? Your allergies. Oh my god.
So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back.
This is garbage, man, that I let this guy score first.
Mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right at it.
I mean, he's got 98 overall players, but he's really not, hasn't been playing that good. I should have scored, man. Yay. I have all the Star Trek The Next Generation movies, plus the 3 Star Trek movies, plus the new Star Trek movies. Oh yeah, I got every Star Trek. I got everything on Star Trek. Everything. I love that shit. I've got every. I have TNG and Enterprise and the original series on Blu-ray, and then all the other ones on DVD, and then all the movies on Blu-ray. Yeah, what is that? Yeah? It's a card. It's like a card, buddy. It's a card. It's a cool card. Oh, no.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted.
Not you, buddy.
Picked off by Derek Johnson. Well, he will take this down to the 10-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Suddenly it's first.
Oh, thank you, buddy. For Dan. Me. Thank you, buddy. Oh, we should go to sleep. Back to sleep, though. It's... Oh, he's Darren? He's purple. That's right. That's a good job that he is purple.
A gain of 9 there. Sets up second and goal.
Yep, he's a purple guy.
In the first half for the 6-time Pro Bowler Darel Owens, the only player in NFL history to be a first-team All-Pro for 3 different teams. That's absolutely nuts. They'll give it to him up the middle.
You turn purple?
It's halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a
He has blue eyes. That's right. You're good at colors right now, huh? You're really good at colors.
This is 3rd and goal.
My fur?
Lorenzo Neal in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14.
This game is a mess right now.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away.
Yeah, TSS, Star Trek the Next Generation will get less corny by the, once you get to the 4th or 5th season, it gets less and less corny. But yeah, 3rd, 4th, and 5th season, it starts to take off a lot more. It takes, not take off, but get a little bit better development-wise. But I love all the... Leah doesn't like the first season of TNG, really. She doesn't really like the 2nd season either because of the old doctor lady that comes on, takes Beverly's spot. But then season 3, it all comes back together again. 4, it gets better. But I just love all of them. I don't care. I love all of them.
First to start quarter number 3. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly.
Yeah.
What you really want to do,
You're a silly pie. I can see Mummy's mad at you for getting up. I just read a text from Mummy that said she's mad you won't go back to bed, and now you came down here. So Mummy's going to be really upset.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Mummy's happy? I don't think so. I don't think she's happy you're awake.
Down after just a short pickup. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively.
I'm having a horrible game right now.
It's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Come on, let's go! White 90! White 90!
Hey, focus.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. It's a short one.
Cooked it.
To the tight end. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss.
Oh, man, this guy always gets like 7 or 8 yards in the first down every time. And then we're always dealing with this 2nd and 2 and 3 and 1. And, ugh.
Hitting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Give to the fullback on the down. 2 yards.
Oh, nice, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, just give him the first down, I guess. Whatever.
Dash on that play, 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man, and he ends up picking up a first down. A little bit of gray area there, though, but I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
Now they'll run it on the toss.
There we go. Finally. Finally stopped the guy on first down. Jeez. Thank you. Don't eat that, though. That's yucky for you. That's not real food. Pretend. He's going to throw it this time, it looks like. You got to pressure him. He's going to run it. Better tackle that guy. Yeah, we tackled him. You like that? You like football? I got my 3-year-olds hanging out with me at like 2:40 in the morning.
These pants make me look fat, and we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Right up the middle. No one's covering that guy. No one's covering the guy.
Slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it, try to get upfield, and gain additional yardage.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Lawrence Guy able to bring him down.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Another carry here for their fullback. And a short gain down to about the 33. Avery Williamson there.
You like the big guys in the football game? You got kicked?
Sometimes you got to think about getting out of that play. Not going to be a lot of space when that happens.
Now back to throw.
Every time. How does someone get open every time? Oh my God. Every time someone gets open. This friggin' drive killed the whole quarter!
Continues to plunge forward. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Raiders with a lead.
No.
Yeah, we did it. We didn't win.
No, I'm not winning. I'm losing. This is awful. I'm getting beat up. Whoa, you alright? Yeah, you hit the chair? You're alright. You'll be alright. This guy's driving me nuts, though. He's going to run it, probably. Or he runs it every first down, usually. Really? We know he's running it, and we can't stop him? Ah! Daddy's going to eat his own hand in a minute.
Receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Let's kick the football.
Fielded about a yard deep.
You know, I was doing great in this game, Finn, until you came down here. The minute you came down here, Finn, this all went to hell. You realize that, right?
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Really?
Double team and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow for the SmackDown review. I'm ready to murder some. I just